And once I verify that we are live, then we'll see what happens. Oh, that's my intro. Right, just waiting for it. 2 seconds. Yeah, we're live. Sweet. How is everyone?
Good.
Good.
Awesome. Charlie, I never got to say a proper hi to you. You came in. So, hi. How are you? I'm glad to see you're better.
So much better now, thanks.
Good to hear. Good to hear. Good to hear.
Are you sick as well?
Yeah, I had COVID.
Oh man, fist. Sick buddies. Let's go.
Yeah, no one's escaping this time, unfortunately, guys.
Nah.
No.
But hey, everyone, welcome. I'm gonna get straight into it. Book of Boba. What do we think?
Sick, man.
Loved it.
Yeah.
It was all right. No, it was amazing.
Yeah, that was...
I was waiting for Jim the entire time. Here, wait. I'm like, I sat through an entire season of Jim just shitting on the Bad Batch. What can we hear from Book of Boba?
No, this time I enjoyed it.
I was afraid of that as well because I also did not enjoy the Bad Batch, and I'm not a huge fan of Boba Fett, so I wasn't going into this with like, oh my god, but oh my god, but oh my god.
Mate, Bad Batch was garbage, mate. I'm just saying it. Bad Batch was crap.
Yeah. I'm not going to lie, like that type of answer I expected from Jim because like he just shit all over the Bad Batch every single week. And then one week he was like, you know what? I actually liked it. And you're like, what?
With reason. It's not like I just shat on it for no apparent reason. Like it's quite difficult to shit on something that's good.
Yeah.
Like this was amazing. This was
everything I wanted.
It answered questions I needed to get answered.
Yeah, finally we see what's going on.
Quite a few hows and whys answered on this one, which was, great for people who maybe watched Jedi like 30, 40 years ago. But forgive me, I was talking to Sai here, and I was telling him, like, I came in from work and I put on Book of Boba, and I was trying to literally ram my dinner down my throat at the same time as taking notes and watching it. So if I'm a little bit all over the place, I apologize. All right. But right, so we all enjoyed that episode then, yeah?
Yeah, man. Yeah. That was a peak episode, man.
Was it in terms of, and I'll go around everyone, was it more than what you expected it to be? Was it better? Was it everything? Was it just about, we'll start with you, Nataliaa.
For me, I mean, when I was growing up, Boba was not my favorite. He was kind of like the bounty hunter on the sidelines that I kind of never paid attention to. But when I found out we were getting Boba again, in live action, and not only just live action, but the original actor who played Jango, I was like super excited. I'm just like, oh, he's playing the son. Thank God. And I was just like, Temuera has been doing great things in the past couple of years. He did Aquaman, and I'm just like, oh, great. He's come back to Star Wars, and he did so well. And of course, when we saw his cameo, as well as Fennec Shan's cameo in Mandalorian, that got me hyped for when I heard Book of Boba. And then this just kind of confirmed that this was meant to be. This was a great start to bringing back Boba into the Star Wars universe live action.
Yeah, because it kind of just started off straight from where that teaser really left off from at the end of Mando Season 2. Oh, we've got 2 Stonies in the stream somehow.
No, my guy's you cloned yourself, bruv. What's going on?
He's cloned himself. There we go. So I mean, it basically just it started off straight from where it was left at that teaser at the end of Mando Season 2, which was awesome. Jim, you're now next in line. You're next in Nataliaa.
Hey.
What was your kind of overall kind of first impressions? At least we'll get into what we kind of really thought about it later on.
So, I loved it. Like for me, I was a kid that Boba was top notch. Like his figure was the main figure I used to play with all the time because I'm old as time itself. So I was there at the beginning. And so yeah, I like to make sure that people know before they attack me, going, "You're old, aren't you?" And I'm like, "Yes, I'm very old." So for me to see him back, and it was awesome. And like Natalia said, Tamura Morrison is incredible. Like, I love him from way back in the day with like Once Were Warriors and What Becomes of Broken Hearted and things like that. So he's always been incredible, and he was probably the saving grace of Attack of the Clones as well. So for him to be able to actually do Boba proper, awesome. Loved it.
Stoney.
I was very unsure about this because I had not seen any, like, I'd avoided all the trailers and stuff. And also, I was like, I think my most disliked video on my channel was when I was reacting to that episode of season 2, when he like fully comes back and like starts kicking ass. Like, I think I said that was my like least favorite episode of both seasons of the Mando. And I was curious if that was because of Boba or not. And turns out it was not, because this episode was amazing, and I'm super excited for this series. I was very curious about if they were going to go more Legends way or their own way. I don't know too much about his early years in Legends, but I know that this is a way different character than him later in his years. So I'm very excited for where they go with this. I think they've set up some very nice stuff. And
yeah, he's definitely having some of those kind of flashbacks, which we'll get into, obviously, with his earlier life, and it was nice of them to kind of almost get a fan service to kind of include these certain things. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see what direction they go in, like you said. Charlie, Empress Amaris, darling.
Hello. With Boba, I don't think he was ever my go-to when I was a kid, so I don't really know much about his backstory or what to expect too much from it. But I did really enjoy how we saw him actually survive out of that Sarlacc thing. So, but I thought they crammed a lot in there for that half an hour. I thought that was really, really cool. Loved it.
Was the episode, it was half an hour, was it 40 minutes?
I think it was like half an hour. I'm sure it was.
38 minutes.
With credits, it's like
Yeah.
35.
That's how they get you. It's like 42-minute runtime, but 5 minutes of credits. They always do
The
that.
credits are so long. I mean, they're great. I
Yeah.
love the like drawings and stuff, but I'm
Yeah.
like, I'd rather more of the show.
It's classic Disney. That's what they always do with the end credits of these shows now. They just put in a lot of the concept art, which is nice. It's nice to see that stuff, you know, definitely. Mr. Sims.
Yeah, it was sick, man. Excuse me for my voice, by the way. I'm properly in the bin still. So if I'm coughing, then yeah, just ignore me. Yeah, it was sick, man. I remember seeing Empire the first time and seeing Boba, and I was like, this guy is so sick. And then he kind of got slapped in episode 6 a little bit, and he's on a redemption path now. They have done his character properly sick, man. I'm not gonna lie, I was a tiny bit nervous putting on the show this morning because I was like, this could easily flop. And then I'm not gonna lie, when he saw the flashback to Camino, I was like, yeah, cool, man, this will be fine, because I know they're gonna like tie up everything. And yeah, it was a sick episode, man. Really, really good.
Jon Favreau, man. It's Jon Favreau.
No, he is too good, man. I see one thing as well, yeah. You just reminded me, Mr. Magnum, yeah. I said in my review, I didn't know how many episodes he wrote. Apparently, he wrote all of them, but episode 6 he co-wrote with Dave. So I don't know if there's going to be some like special thing in episode 6, because obviously we know the Ahsoka thing was in Mando, and that was all Dave, isn't it? So maybe there might be some special episode ahead as well.
Yeah, it's going to be Mace Windu, I'm telling you.
Oh, mate, I will die in my room if I see Mace on that screen. I'll be gone, man.
So, obviously, you mentioned Camino there, dude. So we'll just kind of, I've got some notes here based just on the kind of the entire runtime of the episode. So we'll just quickly fire through that. Couple kind of a few talking points as well. So obviously we get the opening. He's in the back to tank, and we get all these kind of flashbacks. A few flashbacks we get. Really interesting. Camino. I was like, was anyone else like, give us Obi-Wan just for a second?
Just like on the platform battling.
Yeah, just because we're going to get an Obi-Wan in May and like the Kenobi series, like just give us a little bit of Obi-Wan, just, you know, perspective from Slave One when you're inside the cockpit and Jango's out there fighting with Obi-Wan, you know, like,
yeah.
Was that just me?
I was expecting to see him on the walkway when we were like panning up and we saw it's Slave One, on like the landing platform. I was expecting to see like Obi-Wan come out the door or something, a blue lightsaber or something.
I was exactly the same. I was like, I was the same as you, dude. I was like, I put it on and I was quite nervous about it. I was like, oh, this could go like easily one of two ways. Is it going to be awesome? Or is it going to flop so hard? And then all of a sudden, it was like, Jamie, what's up, dude? Ryan, what's up? Izzy, hello, everyone. Jessica, oh wow, I'm missing comments. And all of a sudden, it's like flashback Camino, and then the next one is flashback Geonosis with Django.
Yeah. Legit scene that was like the legit scene from episode 2.
Yeah,
it was like that's one way to do a flashback. Use old footage.
Yeah, just save some money. Do you know what we could do? Just put the DVD in and just crop that and chuck it in.
Hit
Easy.
play.
just crop
That's
it in,
it.
and that's you done. You've saved 50 grand right there. Like, no CGI necessary, you know.
It was a new shot though, wasn't it? When it was like over the shoulder of younger one, holding the helmet. That one looked new.
Yeah, so that was kind of well, I'm assuming it would be reshot because that's not technically in Attack of the Clones. But was it maybe a deleted scene? I haven't seen them. Perhaps, I don't know. But if it was,
could have been unused footage.
If it was unused, sweet. If it was completely fresh, then impressive, because you wouldn't even tell that it was done 20 years ago originally. You know, that sounds so bad. Attack of the Clones came out nearly 20 years ago.
Yeah, that's pretty bad, mate. That's pretty bad.
Wow, that's. Now I feel like Jim. I feel old. Sorry, bro.
No. I get it.
So we're getting the flashbacks, and the next one we get is the big question: how the fuck did he escape the Sarlacc pit?
I was expecting more of a scene from that, to be fair, because you just see him sort of fire inside of it. You don't see him get out. I wanted him to literally watch him how he got out of it.
Dig himself out of its stomach.
Yeah.
I wanted to. I'm exactly the same. I thought, right, this is going to be us for maybe 5 minutes, just this kind of back and forth between Boba and the Sarlacc, and then it was just over as quickly as it started as well. You know, and I think, okay, it's a flashback, fair enough, and answers a question.
I would have liked more. I would have liked more. I would have liked to have seen him struggle to get out, as opposed to just bit of fire and then the hand out the grave.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because at that point, I was very curious to see how far into the Sarlacc that he got. Because, like, isn't he supposed to be being swallowed for 1,000 years?
Yeah.
My guy fell in the deep end, mate.
They just had a lot of other stuff.
Yeah, he fell in the deep end and came out the shallow end. Apparently, I don't know what happened there, but Darth Rage Tim, what's going on, man? He says that Max Rebo. Do anyone know who Max Rebo is?
Yeah,
was playing the Cantina band song.
I like the twist they did in the song.
Yeah, they even said in the credit, in the little caption, they're like, it was like the Cantina rendition.
Yeah.
Cute.
Just trying to get through some of these. I'm the worst person doing these live streams for comments.
I'm trying to like skimming through. I don't know who said. Someone said they like the Raiders outfit. I think they look sick, man. Like that was one highlight of the show. They looked really good.
They got redemption outfit redemptions from like trilogies, because I like their outfits here better than I ever saw them in Phantom Menace.
I'm just going to put this one comment, folks. You know,
bro, I'm telling you, man. If I see Mace,
I'm going to lose my shit, bro. Yeah,
it's over, mate. It's over. If I see Mace on that screen, that's it.
You know, like how awesome would that be? You know, shouldn't Django's head still be in the helmet?
I thought that, to be fair.
It's still stuck in there, mate. It's just stuck in there.
Has anyone seen the video that someone made where he picks it up and it falls out?
Yeah.
Yeah, you see it?
Yeah, it's quite so good. Guys. Yeah, they're really good.
It's so dark and so sick, but oh shit. Right, yeah. So we get this like kind of stomach bit, and we see how he and that for me again that went in a bit too fast. I want to see a little bit more, but it answers a 40-year-old question of how the fuck did he survive? You know, and that's really it. I liked the little tuggy thing with the stormtrooper hose, oxygen.
Yeah,
that was cool.
I think Stoney has a question.
Yeah, sorry, dude. I just seen that.
I don't think you need to put your hand up.
All right, sorry.
Just butt in, honestly.
I feel like
it's a free for all.
All right. I feel like they skipped over a lot of that Sarlacc stomach stuff because it's like they needed to set up a lot of other stuff, but as well because I feel like I don't know, like if you would have read some of the books that have been coming out, we kind of knew he survived it for a while, but like also it was so random. There was just a normal stormtrooper in there, not like a sand trooper. It was just a normal stormtrooper. I feel like that's kind of a callback to what you can find like in a random like shark stomach. There are just things there that basically should not be able to be there.
Yeah,
but
you're right.
I feel like that's kind of what happened there. That's why we didn't get to see more, because it's already kind of been hinted at for like 6 years now. But
that's what I was thinking. I was thinking like, why is there a stormtrooper in there? There was no stormtroopers on Jabba's barge.
And not even a sand trooper, which were on Tatooine. It's just a normal.
Yeah, exactly. Not even, yeah, no, just a regular ass. Like, someone messed up there. But
again, I think it's just like a joke about like, yeah, you find the most random things inside of these creatures.
yeah.
Like, you know, a shark swallowed a bicycle. How the fuck did that get there?
Although I like Tim's comment. Like, I feel like Jabba was giving the Empire a message with the stormtrooper.
Yeah,
perhaps.
Maybe.
Sponsored by Coca-Cola. Haha, Jess. Haha. That's an old joke. Anytime I have a live stream, I drink something, and that's what the stream is sponsored by. So tonight we must be sponsored by Coca-Cola, unofficially. I want to see him sort of accepted and respected by the Sand people. Well, we'll get to that actually, because I had a similar thought at the end of the episode, which I thought ended quite kind of abruptly. So where are we? We can go through we go through all the kind of flashbacks. We get them from emerging from the sand, and then it's just like, boss, wake up. He's in the back to tank, and then it's essentially all the kind of gang lords coming and giving them, like, you know, introducing themselves, giving them tributes, e.g. money, because he's a crime lord, and, you know, it's like they're paying for protection and all that stuff. One thing that you probably all picked up on, the mayor character, is he going to be like the main antagonist, do you reckon?
Yeah,
because like he did
definitely,
not seem to like what was going
definitely,
on.
Man, definitely going to be at least like the semi-villain sort of thing. He'll be the next few episodes probably, and maybe something bigger at the end, maybe.
And do you reckon it's someone that we know?
Nah, it'd probably be someone new, man. Probably just be some.
I think
not
they'll take this
person,
opportunity to introduce something new to the whole thing,
like
they did in Mando, really.
So just someone completely new that we haven't. I mean, I'm just saying, like, it could turn out to be Mace Windu. I don't know, like, it could be anyone in this show for me could be Mace Windu. It could be like, who's this? It's fucking Mace Windu.
I don't know,
but like,
it could be that we know.
Yeah, you could have quickly picked up on that whole kind of arc there of, right, this guy's been sent. The dude doesn't like him. He's taking the piss. Yeah. You know, he's like really taking the mickey out of Boba here, and he's like, expect another committee.
And then I'm guessing that was probably the mayor who sent those people after him later in the episode.
Exactly, that's exactly what I was thinking as well. So we think we've got our main antagonist already. We know who that's all. At least one of them, because there could be multiple. At this point, with that kind of plot line, where do we all kind of think it's all going? Like, what's the point of the whole
space?
I'm still trying to get a fix on like the tone of the show. It was a little like it was a little bit of like a comedic thing, not taking it too seriously, but it's at the same time it had some like potential for, I don't know, from the like first time I saw like people talking about it like sounded to me like just kind of like a little bit dumbed down Game of Thrones type situation. I don't know.
There was a lot of comedy, man. There was a lot of comedy, but then they're dragging my guy in the sand by his feet, and I was like, whoa, this is getting like really dark now. And then I'm sorry, like the only thing I didn't like about their show, I didn't really say it in my video, but those assassins, they kind of like battered them, man. When they had the shield around them, then Boba shoots a rocket and he like blows himself up. I was sort of thinking like, come on, man.
He didn't come out that well at all.
No, that was potato like, and then he just like, take me back to my tank, or whatever he said. Those stupid pig things, take it back. And then she does everything herself. Like
that line of like, get me back to the, because I was annoyed at that as well until that line came up, because like he's clearly like degenerating from something more than we see him in the Mando.
Yeah, he's still not 100% back.
That like rocket thing, I can't excuse that. That was very dumb, and I have no idea why he did that.
That was so.
fact that
My
he was, like,
guy's like
struggling,
5
you
feet
get,
away,
like,
and he's just
he's
shooting the
not
rocket,
himself,
man.
Really. Yeah.
But to tack on what Sam was asking, I mean, there's one line that was said by Boba that I think is going to be the theme of the show. He says that when Jabba was ruling the area, that he ruled with fear, and he's trying to rule with respect. And I think what we're going to see is how, because obviously, anytime we ever saw Boba Fett in the Star Wars series, Clone Wars, Mandalorian, throughout basically Star Wars history, he's a bounty hunter. He goes, he gets what he wants, he gets the money, he gets the cash, he moves on. But now that he has like a place to be, he's like, I don't want people to work with me because they fear me. I want people to work with me because I want them to respect me so I can get the job done. And I think it's going to kind of take a turn of what Boba, as we know, is going to be. I think they might, instead of having him as a villain, kind of just have him as like that happy medium of like, I'm going to help you out. If you need me to beat up somebody, I'll beat up somebody, but we need to be on a common ground that you respect me, I respect you. To the whole, like, this, I don't even think, it was like, what, his mayor's butler that came? Because he wasn't even the mayor himself. He's like that, he's like trying to rule respect, and the guy's like, yeah, I'm going to need some tribute, and then Bill was like, is this guy fucking serious?
I'm the crime lord. I should be the one getting paid.
Also, I don't know if anyone else caught this, but this guy 100% sounded like Owen Wilson. If you had seen the Loki,
Yeah.
I was listening to this and I'm just like, you know what? I just heard his voice in Loki.
I think
I was actually
also,
thinking that myself, and I thought, no, that's ridiculous. I shouldn't say that. I'll be the only person that's thought that.
no, he sounded exactly like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think this is going to be an interesting thing for Boba, because it's going to be a case of, can he rule just with respect, or is he going to? Because so far that ain't working.
No.
Or is he going to have to do what Jabba did and maybe have some more people around him and get carried around a bit? Because otherwise he just gets attacked and loses his money.
Yeah.
So it's just like, what's he going to do? Is he going to carry on down that route, or is he going to have to try and start,
It's got to be like a slower grind. I think as the episodes go on, he's going to like meet more and more people, and then they're going to be like, oh, I don't fucking believe in you. You can't do this. And then he does something to earn their respect. And then, oh yeah, let's go. Let's do this. We're with you. And then it's going to like go up, and then it's going to be the Boba respect versus the fear of the mayor at some point.
Yeah, definitely. Has everyone seen Loki in this thing?
Yeah.
Yes.
Everyone's all right. If you ain't seen Loki, if you're watching at home, just skip like 1 minute, or just put it on mute for 1 minute. You see at the start of Loki, yeah, he's basically taken from the point of Avengers, so he's like pure evil, and in the space of 1 episode, he's a changed man. That's my only worry about this show, because I'm thinking like Return of the Jedi. My guy's a ruthless bounty hunter. He wants cash. He don't care about nothing else. And let's just say, for argument's sake, he's in the pit a few weeks, and now in episode 1. He's already changing. I just don't want to see that change happen too quick.
Yeah, but it has been
40 years.
It has been 6 years since Return of the Jedi.
So he's been in the Sarlacc pit 6 years.
No, it probably not. Probably only a couple of weeks, but it's taken
You can
him
still
a
see the
while
smoke
to
rising
get...
from the wreckage.
Yeah, so I just want to see that
flashback.
transition like a little bit slow. I don't want it to be like, cool, man, I'm down with the respect thing, because obviously there's a big year gap between like the Mando happening. So there needs to be something more of a push. I think like what Stoney was saying, there needs to be a few more things, and it will pile up and up and up, and then the respect thing will really start to happen.
I think that's where age is the thing that's gonna say no to that, though, because again, it has been like he gets out of a Sarlacc pit within like a week of it happening, or a few days or hours or whatever. But from that point to the show now,
it's 5 years.
40. That's like 40 years from episode 6 to episode 7. No, wait. When does Mando happen? It's right.
It's
5
5
years.
It's 5 years.
Isn't it?
So we basically got a gap between him getting out of Sarlacc pit, and 5 years later he takes the throne from Jabba.
I like that. It's just that my only concern is like, let's say, just for argument's sake, in the present time of the show, he's proper humble. That's good. In Mando, he's humble, but I don't want to see him humble in these flashbacks. And I feel like he's already kind of humbling in this first flashback, and that's only a few weeks sort of thing. So I just want to see that a little bit slowly sort of thing.
But as a character, he's always been very respectful. He's a bounty hunter at the end of the day. He doesn't just go around and take out people for no apparent reason. There's always a means to an end, and that's the only reason why. That's who he is as a character.
The thing here that with Darth Rage is saying, Tim, is what I was going to go on to next, actually, is there's obviously going to be a side-by-side kind of storyline. I think they're at least setting it up that way with the Tusken Raiders, with the Sand People, in terms of how he was treated by them, what he done kind of towards the latter kind of stages of the episode. Do we think that could have a hand in his changed ways, his changed behavior between climbing out the pit and then getting eventually into, obviously through Mando season 2 and then into the kind of the season that we are just now?
Well, there are two things that can happen with that, because in the Mando we see that he has a gaffy stick, which is the thing that's like an L with a little ball in the end that all the Tusken Raiders have. Now, the Tusken Raiders, sorry, I'm going to nerd out for a bit here. The Tusken Raiders are very much a warrior, respect, strength type of thing. And a gaffy stick is something you earn once you gain like the trust of the tribe and you go through your own challenges of killing. Like, it was way back, it was killing a crate dragon. I don't think that's a thing anymore. But so Boba either stole that, or what I think is more likely, he's earned the respect of them and earned that gaffy. So I think you're right with the whole parallel storyline of them going. We're going to see him get like better and better with these guys, and that's where we're going to get that storyline of how he got so humble, if he's not already humble enough, and learn to something, and then just skip to the actual timeline that's going along.
Definitely. That's the vibe that I got off of it as well, in terms of there's a lot of flashbacks going on here, but the one that they stuck with was the Tusken Raiders and the Sand People. I think we're going to see, and I hope it isn't too much. I hope it isn't like every episode is peppered with all of these flashbacks, but I hope we get just enough to tell that linear story alongside what we're seeing now. If that makes sense.
I think there'll be 3 more, man. I reckon the next 3 will have the flashbacks, and then they'll just like pan it. Also, I'm saying now, I reckon all those Raiders, they get in the chop. I don't know about what you think, you lot are saying. I think they're all dead, man. They're dead, mate. They're all gone, man. Definite.
Just a quick thank you to Mr. Raven's Nerd Nest with the super chat, guys.
Thank you, Zach, bro. My dude.
Thank you so much, bro. I love you, man. I've got the best friend.
With the Tusken Raiders, especially, I think it was also when because I dead ass when I saw basically that bug-looking creature coming out of the sand, and I'm like, oh, that's over, it's over, we're calling it a day. And that, like, I think the second that I saw that Boba got released from that chain, I'm like, oh, Boba could just run and leave this kid to basically get killed. Because I probably would do the same thing. But the second that he basically pulled a Princess Leia, I'm saying this because Princess Leia did the exact thing with Jabba, and just basically grabbed the neck and just poked him to the creature like passed out. I think that's when the kid's like, oh, this person that I've been having as my enemy, my little prisoner, is now my savior. And then just when he came back to the tribe, Shadow relaxed. Sorry, my boyfriend's dog.
What was that noise? Because I was like looking at, I was like, what the?
It's him.
Oh.
He hates people. But aside from that, when the kid gets back to the tribe and like shows the head and he's like, look, I did this, and then I dead ass thought he was gonna be like, oh no, this guy chopped his head off. But I think Boba, I don't know if everyone else got this, but I got the feeling that Boba kind of wanted him to show that he did it, not him.
Yeah, that was the whole thing at the end. When the elder was there and handed him a drink, was like, yeah, no, I know you did it.
Well, just going to what Jamie said here in the chat, it's like the tribal, he knew that the young kid hadn't beaten that monster, but Boba would have known that. He knows how these types of, beings operate. They know showing strength is the key to earning their trust and whatever kind of goes with it. So he's like, well, if I do this, then, it's like sliding into their friggin' DMs, And then you see at the end, obviously, he gives them the water, which is a huge resource for them because they're fucking sand people. They need water, So, yeah, I'm really interested to see, and especially what Stoney said as well with the gaffy stick, which we'd seen him kind of come in with.
Yeah, because you'd see
Mando.
the kid had like just a wooden thing because
Yeah.
earned it yet.
Was it earned? Is it the same as what Sai's saying, where they slaughtered him? Was he just taking it? You know, did they do an Anakin on him and just kill them all, and not just the men, but the women and the children too?
I reckon he becomes part of the tribe for a bit, at least.
Yeah.
Yeah, and helps them out, because what else is he doing?
Yeah.
Where else is he going? Also, where's his ship?
That's a good point.
Where's Slave One?
Oh wow, we're gonna
where his armor went.
Like, his armor's gone. Yeah, those
Freaking Jawas took it.
bastards.
Well, that's the thing. Where is his ship? Would it be?
That's probably
somewhere
why he's
in
become
Jabba's
so
palace,
humble.
because
Literally
he
got
was-
knocked out by a fucking Jawa.
Yeah, I love
Yeah.
that. It was like he was coming round, and all of a sudden it's like, oh, really? You know. But go back to what Jim was saying with Slave One. Like, surely Slave One is at Jabba's palace somewhere, because
Yeah, it's
that's
got to be
where
like
he
under
was.
sand or something.
The
Isn't it? 'Cause
last place it
he
was,
said to
yeah.
that little Crete guy, innit? That stupid alien. I hated him when he like
Yeah.
bailed him
Rodian.
out, and then Goro
Yeah.
just come out of the sand and just choked him to death. I was like, yes, thank God. But he says to that guy, "I can get us off world." So the ship like must be like kind of
Like a
close,
space
or he knows
port,
where it is.
But then, obviously, when we meet him in
Mos Eisley, we can get
Mando,
off planet.
when we meet him in Mando, he's still on Tatooine. He's obviously got a gaffy stick. So does that mean in this period of 5 years between getting out the Sarlacc pit and finding Mando that he's just been chilling in the sand,
Could be.
It's just relaxing, mate.
He's been getting his
hanging out,
respect.
sorting out his tan, because he's very pasty.
Yeah.
That's
Very
another thing as well.
tasty.
Like my guy got his armor in Mando season 2, and then he's seen it in episode 1 of Boba. So that means he's been looking at that guy for like 5 years. It can't be like that, innit? Nah. He's just been watching another guy with his armor hanging out.
Yeah, well, this is it. It's just
That's-
so. What's
that's
he been,
one thing as
what's
well,
he been
like,
doing for 5 years? Just
Yeah, that's a little
only
bit weird,
chilling
man.
in Mos Espa. He hasn't gone to Mos Eisley. Hasn't gone anywhere else. Just like, nah, I'm cool here.
Yeah.
These people that tied me up for 3 days and kept hitting me. It's all so mean.
It's definitely an interesting kind of start to the series. There's a lot of it's answered a lot of questions, but it's also raised a lot of questions as well in terms of right, okay, but this doesn't make sense. And did they just like you guys? Did they just chill here for 5 years with the Sand People and become one of their tribe, or did something else happen? And you know, he's not just like seen this other friggin' random guy with his armor for 5 years and just like, yeah, I'll let that fucking. I'll let that go, because he ain't gonna let that go. He was like, the armor, I want it now.
Yeah.
You know, to Mando.
It's territorial. Fuck.
You know, and then when he got left busy with stormtroopers, he just went and took it from the fucking Razor Crest. He just literally went on there, took the fucking armor, and then showed up and kicked ass. So, like, yeah, you're right. He is not just going to watch over someone wearing his armor for 5 fucking years. You know?
I guess
Sorry,
he stayed
fucking
on.
nerd rant.
Yeah, maybe he stayed on planet because he was looking for the Jawas that took it and didn't want to leave because he knew it was still on planet because it's Jawas and they're
Still a big
you
planet.
just sell to the
Do you know what I
locals,
mean?
not many people leave.
It's a long way to go, isn't it? All that sand.
Hey,
It's
Sam.
making me feel tired. Just thought of just wandering around, because those banthas ain't quick. You know, it's going to take him at least 3 days to get between towns. I'd just be like, do you know what? I'll wait. I'll just wait. I'll hang out here. It's fine. We've got these little things of water. It's good. So maybe he did just chill. Maybe that's what he did for 5 years. Just chilled.
Just relaxed for 5 years in the
Thing
sand.
is, I don't think we're going to get massive amounts of answers on that.
No.
I think we're
Season
going
two,
to
mate.
get
Season two.
sprinkles. We're going to
Yeah.
get sprinkles of that, and they're going to concentrate on the story that's now, which is fine. I don't mind that, as long as they give me a comic book or something that fills in those gaps.
Oh, that
I need
definitely.
to. I need to know.
Well, somebody just said it in the comments, but when I saw the cameo of the moisture farm, so Luke's old home, oh, I got so happy. And then the film person in me is like, don't tell me they actually went back to the same place they filmed, which is, I believe it's in Jordan. Like, so they went to Jordan in a pandemic to film this. And I'm just like, Love it. Next time, please have me on it. I'm really jealous. Season 3 of Mandalorian is filming in Atlanta, and I don't know how I'm gonna do it, but if I can get on that crew, that'd be great.
If you can get on that crew, Natty, then we all want T-shirts and hats.
I think if I ever get on that crew, I think my phone's gonna be taken away from me. It's just how Disney works.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Give me your phone. Give me your diary. Give
I'd
me
be
your
like, I
life
don't need
next
this.
month.
I don't need friends.
I want to get Charlie's take on it as well in terms of what we've just spoken about. Like, there's a lot of this. I want to make sure you're not left out.
Agreeing with everyone, to be fair.
The thing with, obviously, you know, we're saying there's a lot of questions and we've had a lot of answers, but we've had a lot of questions as well. And, you know, we've got friggin' Woodruff here saying, like, guys, it's the first episode, calm down. We will get answers. Yeah, we will get answers, but the problem is, dude, we want them now. You know, like, we're freaking sci-fi nerds, we're Star Wars fans. We don't want more questions and then
Also, that's
we're
the
left
fun of it,
waiting
right?
40 years for more answers. We want
That's
them
the fun of
freaking
it, to
now.
sit here and go, I want to know this and I want to know that, and like, give me everything in my face right now.
You know?
You think we've
The,
earned the title of like the most toxic fan base by being patient?
Right?
I know.
No.
Star Wars fans and patience does not go in the same sentence. Like,
We should work on it though.
you know, I like what Zach said here. He said he loves seeing that Django silver shining through the helmet after he got out the Sarlacc pit. Obviously, that stomach acid's kind of obviously eating away through that kind of paintwork.
Yeah.
Which I'll be honest with you, I didn't notice. So, but come to think of it, now that I think about it, yeah. There was a lot of detail in this, guys, wasn't there? There was a lot of small details, a lot of there was definitely a lot of fan service. Would it be fair to say that?
Yeah. I think like the one thing everyone wants to know is how did my guy get out of the pit, and then they showed it straight away. So like that's like a big win. Everyone's happy now, fully on board for the show now, sort of thing.
But then they've done this exactly the same with the Bad Batch. They gave us everything in episode 1. And
to be honest,
No,
I was so
give us
gassed that
anything
first
ever.
episode, and they just went like that.
Yep.
Downhill, mate.
Hated
Completely down.
Rubbish.
It went downhill, and Jim said there was one good
There was
episode.
one good episode, and then it
There
just
was. I agree with that. There was.
built up.
I
and then they
remember.
were
I
like,
literally
"No, we
remember
don't
the
need to do
episode that Jim said, "Oh, I actually like this one," and we were all like, "Are you?" This came out of Jim's mouth.
Jim, what episode was that? Was it the finale?
No, it
No,
was like I think it was like fourth. This last episode was it?
I
Yeah,
think
it was
it
like
was
number
just
8 or
after they
something.
stopped doing fetch quests for
The Cat
90%
Bane one?
of the series, and then they did something proper. Do you know what? I enjoyed it, but it was that forgettable that I can't remember what it was.
Yeah.
Will I watch the whole of season 2 of The Bad Batch? Of course, because I can't help myself. Will I moan about every episode? Yes.
Oh, you will. Yes. Guaranteed. Yes. When is that due? Like a couple of years?
I think next year, actually.
I think it's next year.
2022?
It basically means that when we were doing our reviews of The Bad Batch, they were already making season 2 of.
Yeah, they showed the important person episode 1, and they were like, "Look how good this is," and they was like, "Yeah, cool, we tick the box, make season 2," and then that was it.
Yeah.
It just felt too fillery, man. Like
Yeah.
It
it felt like old school Clone Wars. Clone Wars is goated, but old school Clone Wars was very like
Yeah.
fillery.
Season
It felt like
2
one
where you're like-
big
They were
filler of
still,
the shows
like,
thing.
even the filler episodes in Clone Wars were still like,
Yeah,
we
it's
still
so
saw them
decent
do
to see.
something or
Yeah.
go somewhere specific or
Yeah.
like work towards something.
Don't get me started on The Bad Batch, please.
I like
I was
this one,
looking forward
actually.
to a chat where I wasn't going to
Yeah.
get angry because I was quite happy. Woo.
I like this one from Jamie. Is like Bad Batch blew its load in episode 1, and then it was like fetch quest for 15 episodes.
Oh man,
It was
yeah.
like that. It was like in fucking an MMORPG game for 15 fucking episodes. Oh, we'll go here and come back here. Oh, we'll go here and come back here. Oh, we'll go there and we'll come back here. I pray to fucking God that Boba is not like that, because
Nah,
that
it
was
won't
I
be,
fucking
man.
horrendous.
took me 5 seconds to remember the girl's name. I now remember it as Omega.
I don't want to know. Nah,
I was
she
literally
was the
just trying to
worst
think of it
character,
myself.
man.
Amiga?
Can we just have like
Omega.
Can we just have a quick vote because there's 6 of us? Is it Omega or is it Omega?
It's
Oh, it's
Omega.
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 It's Omega,
Omega.
because it's the
Omega.
Alpha and the Omega.
Omega.
Yeah.
I mean,
She
Omega
was
is just the
absolutely
accent.
awful.
Yeah, but Boba's the alpha, so they have to have the Omega, which means there's always a chance she could turn up in this series.
Yeah, exactly.
She would be better, older in live action than she was in that show.
I'll take it. I'll take it over that thing.
Awesome.
Good question.
No disrespect on that.
I
Who's
was
the
just hoping
chick?
he was going to have something more special about her because her being female and everything, and they kept like I felt like leading on like she was going to have some sort of ability.
The
or
only
something.
female clone.
Yeah,
And then all of a sudden she kept getting freaking lost, and everyone kept having to go find her. And that was every single time. Jim was like, next episode, Omega's gonna get lost somewhere, and they're gonna find her, and they're gonna go back to what's her face. She's so
Sid.
unforgettable. I forgot.
Sid.
There you go. You go back to Sid and be like,
Angry, so angry. Every episode I watched, I was like, "This isn't what I want."
Man, we got to calm down because
Yeah,
Jim
right.
was mute his thing in it and just start smashing all his stuff in it.
Bring it back to Boba, though.
I mean, this is the thing, though. This has got everything to do with Boba because she could potentially turn up in Boba.
Yep.
You know, here's a quick question. In the last teaser trailer we got, like, was it yesterday? Who's the chick on the speeder bike?
His
I
daughter.
don't know. I didn't see it.
Is that his daughter?
Yeah, I didn't see it even.
Blatantly.
ooh,
better
I
be.
see the trailer. Hold
It
on.
better be. I would love that
Ah, fuck. What's her
as a
name?
throwback to Masters of Terras Kazi, the worst fighting game ever made, but still,
I mean,
I'll take it.
she almost looks like a young Cara Dune. Like, that's...
Who,
Agreed.
what was her hair color? Did we see that in the teaser?
It was like brownie black.
It's dark brown.
Yeah.
But if we're going down like Legends routes, that might be his daughter.
Everyone's saying that online, but I'm like, I didn't even know he had a fucking daughter.
Fuck, what's her name?
Well, I mean, does it though? I mean, this is it. It's just like he does in Legends. That doesn't mean anything anymore.
Well, this
They
is the
throw
thing,
things
though,
in just to make us fanboys go, "No, it's his daughter," and then it's not.
Disney
And
are,
they get angry.
Disney are fucking everything up. They're just pulling random shit from Legends and from EU.
And just throwing it in and going, "This is now canon," and then
Yeah.
you go, "But that doesn't make sense because X, Y, Z," and they're like, "Don't worry about it."
I'm
And I'm
curious
like,
about-
"Okay, I'll buy more Lego of it then."
I'm
Mate,
curious
I
about
know.
the,
I know.
about the
but-
disease, though.
What was that,
I
Stone?
know, but look, I've got the Bad Batch shuttle in Lego. Of course I have.
Fuck me.
Still a good ship, still a good Lego build. I can't help myself.
Jim's got the fucking Death Star set, right? If they released a new Death Star set with 150 extra pieces, he will fucking buy it.
Of course will, because it's different. It's not the same as that one.
Do you know what I've got? I've got the Scout Trooper helmet. I got sent it. I probably never will build it. So have you got it already?
Yeah.
I'm going to zoom
Oh,
in.
yeah,
real
they're
quick.
right there.
Have I got it already?
Oh man, that's it. Yeah.
Let me blow Jim right up.
Yeah, that's there.
Oh, man.
UCS Slave One, Boba Fett.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, it's all there. Look. And then over this side, we've got all of that.
Like a lot of
And then if you really want to look, you can. If you turn around there, we've got all of those.
The flex right now is immense.
Hey,
Hey,
You can't see it. You can't see it, but I've got the UCS Falcon over there as well. I've just bought a new stand for it so it can go up there on its side.
England,
Very excited.
UK, Iceland.
honestly, man. Like, yo, is that Jordan?
This is Jordan. This is my boyfriend Jordan, guys.
What's up, dude?
Hey man,
Yeah, you're right. You look like Kylo Ren.
I told Sam, I'm like, yeah, my boyfriend looks a little bit like Kylo Ren. Doesn't mean I started dating him because he looked like that.
Sorry, bro. I had to put that one in there. It was just a joke.
He actually saw a little bit of Boba, the Book of Boba this morning when I was playing it.
I had to go.
Oh, dude, you need to get into it, man. It's just like, if you need an escape from life for an hour, best thing, you know.
I need
Disney Plus has got you sorted, man.
You can get.
I got a random question. Yeah, I can't for the life of me right now remember what Boba's blaster's called. The E, whatever it is. Has he got that still?
Oh, that's
Like in the present time, he's doing the jabber thing. Has he got that gun?
Yeah,
Because I didn't. He's still got
no,
it.
Because it got cut in half by Luke's lightsaber.
Oh, yeah.
But he
Oh,
got,
yeah,
he had the
yeah,
same
yeah.
model.
Return of the Jedi,
right?
Which
Yeah. He had
Check out-
something in Mando, don't it? He had some
He has the
sort of...
same model in the Mando, yeah.
Yeah, it's the
Got it,
E11
yeah.
blaster.
That's it.
Check
Somehow he
everything
gets
wrong.
all his shit
Isn't
back.
the Stormtrooper
Time for Mando.
Yeah, it's essentially it's a modified Stormtrooper blaster.
I like how Jake's just hitting out with his favourite Sems lines.
Mate, I keep reading them at the bottom. I'm like, do I say it that often?
Put it in the bin, mate.
Nah, reload that right now, mate.
Is that how I sound? Nah. Is that how I sound? Oh,
Yeah.
that's bad. That's really bad.
Oh, it's so good, bro. It's so good. I love it, man. Oh, so we've been on for nearly an hour. God. Safe to say, pretty safe to say, we all thoroughly enjoyed that first episode then, yeah?
Definitely.
Yes.
Yeah.
Was there anything that annoyed anyone?
Only that alien man, but he died anyway. So everything else. Nah,
Well, he was
Rodian.
annoying, wasn't he?
I don't know what the species was, but
He's a
when he got
Rodian.
taken out, oh yeah, that was so good.
He deserved that.
He
after
really
setting off
deserved
the
it.
alarm. What a
I
prick.
personally got annoyed. Don't get me wrong, as a former Jawa myself at Walt Disney World, I got annoyed at how easy the Jawas kicked ass and took all his shit. I was like, are you kidding?
To be fair, he had just climbed out of a
He
Star
literally
Wars.
just
Star
climbed
Wars
out
He's
of
building.
the
passed out at the time.
like burnt and messed up. But yeah, no, nothing annoyed me, which was a shock.
The soundtrack was
I
good,
guess
the writing was
I
good.
sound-
The soundtrack was badass. I don't think the soundtrack is iconic as Mando's soundtrack.
No,
But it's got those vibes to it, but it's not got the
John's doing well.
yeah.
John's doing well with this. I'm proud of him.
Yeah, it's the same composer.
Yeah.
That's the right word, right? Composer.
Yes.
Yeah. Like Ludwig or something, I think it's called.
Yeah, Ludwig.
Gorgeous.
Anyone else that had anything that annoyed them?
I was annoyed by not the lack of brutality, but like how PG it was. Like I'm not asking for like a very violent show, but it was very, very PG. Like at one point he shoots a rocket at a guy and blows him up. And he has it like chained with like these spikes on him, like around the neck of that creature, and there's nothing.
Yeah, I mean,
coming out or anything.
at least in Mando, we saw the geezer get cut in half
Yeah.
by the door and the stormtrooper heads on the spikes and stuff.
There was just some stuff that was like, like a little bit, tiny bit. Just,
I do
mean,
wish for longer episodes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I think I got too spoiled with when I was watching Loki with how long their episodes were, and Mando with how long their episodes were.
Yeah.
And with it being like 30-ish something minutes, I'm like, I feel like it could have been. I honestly, personally, I thought this was gonna be an hour episode. I'm like, it's the first episode of the series. There's so much, and then I felt
I mean, we got an
like,
hour and 20 for the Bad Batch first episode.
Yeah.
Oh no!
An hour and 20
Straight
for a
back
bad
there.
batch, and we got 38
It
minutes.
was Jim got too excited with that episode alone, and I was thoroughly got just blue balls for the rest.
Right?
I remember like that frigging live stream. It was like, so what did everyone think? Oh my god, it was frigging awesome. And then the next week, what did everyone think?
Oh
Yeah,
my God, that was shit.
it was like. I'll tell you what annoyed me the most. The time. I feel that we got robbed with the time. Because, and again, Natty, you said it, we've been spoiled with the Marvel kind of,
With all
series.
Disney Plus shows, they've been at least live action. They've been somewhere around an hour or 50 minutes at least.
Exactly, and it's like, right, okay. And does this now set a very scary precedent with the potential for Kenobi being like 40 minutes? Half an hour? Like, if that happens,
I was going to say Kenobi's a limited series, so they'll probably go longer. But then at the same time, Boba Fett's only 7 episodes, isn't it? And Kenobi's only supposed to be 6.
How long was Mando? Do you think I can go into Disney Plus real quick and see how long Mando was, or does
Mando
anyone
was
remember?
like
Mando's first
40
season.
odd minutes an episode, like 48 minutes.
didn't they vary a lot?
Thank you.
Yeah.
I remember some episodes being longer than other ones.
Yeah.
Might be the same with like Boba. Might be like the next few episodes will be quite long, and then it will go a little bit short again.
Well,
Charlie, I hope that was a cocktail that got handed to you there.
No, I'm actually very hungover, by the way, people. So it's a tea.
Oh. Next time, ever bring space juice.
Space Blizzard juice.
Yep.
Yeah.
100%.
I've got a lovely decanter back here with some scotch in it, which I'm not.
Is it that Stormtrooper decanter?
No. It's...
You haven't got the Stormtrooper decanter. What are you playing at?
Do you have it, Chief?
Yeah. Yeah, I've got whiskey in mine.
Yeah, I've actually got the Stormtrooper one.
Yeah, it's
Oh, no. It's not
Yeah.
whiskey. I can't afford that. It's cold tea.
Yeah, that's such a good hack. Oh, you can call it in my venti, though.
Yeah.
Space
Oh, I
Blizzard.
love that.
It's so cool.
Always
Production
making it.
I
limitation.
got it with a Stormtrooper shot glass as well.
What was that? Sorry.
What? I got the decanter with the Stormtrooper shot glass.
Oh, dude, that's killer.
No,
Yeah.
thank you.
That's killing. I wanted to like act all fancy schmancy and shit, and I was like, "Can you get me a whiskey decanter for my office, please?" And I go and I fill it with cold tea.
It's just the aesthetic.
It's
Yeah.
just the aesthetic, yeah. It's just for that's it. Like this is all fake. This is just a green screen. I don't own lightsabers. What are you talking about? It's all fucking edited in.
Sam's not in bed.
It's all Photoshop. Jim does it for me. He does it in fucking After Effects.
Yep.
You guys think I own a Vectra? I don't own a Vectra. What are you talking about?
Sam's not even real.
Yeah,
I'm a hologram, mate.
I'm fucking
It's a hologram.
The only hologram to exist with a Scottish accent. Jamie just said there in the chat, production limitations to the time. Like, do we reckon that? Because some of this was shot with the big new friggin' screen that they're using down
That's
there.
amazing. I
That
literally-
technology is insane.
That's true.
Yeah.
What's crazy about that is we're going backwards to go forwards, and I love it.
Yeah.
Like, because that's how old films were done, just in front
Yeah.
of a moving screen. That's all they're doing now. It's just way better. And I'm like,
Yeah.
that makes things a lot quicker, a lot safer, a lot easier, and a lot cheaper. And I'm like, so I'm all for that. I think it's incredible because it doesn't look green screen. Like,
Yeah.
you know, you go back to the prequels and you're like, when they're walking through the Jedi Temple and you're like,
Yeah.
ouch. You know, but that it there isn't one. The only scene, in fact, the only thing that I think disappointed me was the monster. It felt a little CG, and
What,
it's
Goro?
not- yeah.
Nah,
And it's
he
not
was sick,
something-
man.
I mean, when they were close up and stuff, but when he first came out of the thing and he was stood there, I was like, I'm not. No.
I'm not gonna lie, like
Stick to close-ups.
I genuinely thought I was watching Mortal Kombat when that happened.
Yeah, man.
You
Bro,
know,
he
like-
picks up that guy by his hands and legs, and I was like, "Oh my god, he's going to split him in half!" And then
Yeah.
he just drowns him in the sand.
I thought he was going to rip
Drowned.
Bo's head off when he was holding.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought he was going to. I always thought he was going to eat him at least, but no, he drowned him in the sand. That's a weird thing to do, isn't it?
It was so
Really
good, bro. I was like,
people.
please, just fucking tear him,
Gotta
tear him
keep
in
it
half
PG.
right now. Just do it.
PG.
And he's like, slam. You're like, oh, fucking bitch. You know? That for me as well, I think so, yeah. I think it looked a little bit CG-ish. He looked decent, but... it
Oh,
was a little-
I didn't have a problem with it. I just went, You know what I mean? Like,
could have made it like, I don't know, a dragon?
like a
You know?
baby crate dragon or something. Something that was actually like, native to Tatooine might have been an idea. But
What
Yeah.
even was it? I've never seen that thing before.
I
No,
think
that's
it's-
the first time I've ever seen a creature like
yeah,
that.
it's
Yeah.
completely
No,
and utterly invented
that's
for the
new.
show.
No, it's something that's been before.
I tell you what, man, from like, for the amount of people that live on Tatooine, there's a fuck ton of monsters on that bloody planet.
I wouldn't
Yeah.
live there. Those crate dragons are mental,
You
I
know?
don't think anyone chooses to live there.
right?
I don't even know
No,
how
I
the
love
stand people survive.
Tatooine reminds me of Florida. Too much heat. Makes
Too
me
much-
crazy.
And all the people are insane. Yeah,
Yeah. Run by a crazy person. There you
right.
Like, where are you going on holiday in October? Go to Tatooine. Where's that? Florida. You know?
go. Seriously. That's why I
Hot.
left.
You could
Hot,
definitely be
humid,
a
and
monster farmer.
Too much
in Florida.
sand.
Too much fucking sand. Too much fucking people. Ugh.
You know, where you going? Iceland, aka Hoth.
Nah, not really. That would be more Greenland.
Yeah, I like
Greenland's
that
more
one.
icy and Iceland's
Yeah.
more greeny.
Well, actually, you could be in a lot of places in Iceland. We're very varied.
You have half of Rogue One shot in Iceland.
Yep, been to that beach. It's beautiful.
Nice.
Fun fact: the one time we did go to Iceland, we were supposed to drive the Golden Circle, and of course, Jordan got food poisoning. So that didn't end up.
There's always something, isn't there, with a vacation? There's always someone gets food poisoning, or someone like gets too drunk and falls down a gully or something. That's Charlie. That's
Me?
something that you would do. Yeah, that's
Yep.
our resident party goer. Or then there's me. You get heat stroke for 5 days of a 7-day holiday.
Nice.
Oh,
Yep.
Times.
Oh, I'm sorry, dude. Yikes.
Yeah, man. I beat
You've been to New York
2013.
recently.
Huh?
I went to New York and I've got Achilles tendinosis.
Well,
So I had to walk 10 miles around New York with a limp.
oh.
Oh no.
Do not
Yeah.
leave with COVID.
And I'm in so much pain still. They're like, I went to the docs and I was like, I pulled something. I've done something. It just hurts a bit. They're like, oh no, that's really bad. If we don't do something now, you're going to have tendon surgery. I'm like, oh, okay. So I can't walk without a limp at the moment, which is good.
But it's fine, man. You can carry it off.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, I don't really leave my house, so it's fine.
I mean, I fell off a lunchbox truck during my last production, so I have a strained ankle that never healed.
This is what I mean. There's always one.
Yep.
There's always one. So what do we reckon going forward, peeps, in terms of what direction it's going to? Ow! Sorry,
See,
random stitch there. That was
There you
strange.
go. See, that's
Yeah, that's
you
it.
get to a certain age and shit just starts hurting.
Breathing in,
constantly.
it's like, oh, yeah, that's a bit tight. What's going on here? Oh, my arm's going numb. I'm only joking.
Jeez.
What direction do you reckon this is gonna go? I mean, we kind of think that there's going to be some sort of kind of parallel storyline with the Tuscans, and there's conflicting, views on that.
Yeah.
What do we reckon
there's gonna be that
episode 2
parallel
is going to give
storyline.
us? Is it going to be longer? Is it going to be roughly the same? Is it
I
just
think
the
it's
whole
the
thing
same.
going to be
Yeah.
centered around this antagonist of the what was it? The mayor?
The mayor, yeah, the mayor of Moscow.
Maybe we'll meet the mayor, and then not much will happen with Boba. You'll just get
Isn't the mayor the Ithorian guy? The guy with the big face. Big face.
Yeah, the guy with the
Yeah. Big face.
Ithorians, yeah.
He's an Ithorian. I reckon they're gonna stay kind of very. It's Mos Espa, isn't it? It's not.
Yeah, it's Mos Espa.
Yeah, it's Mos Espa.
Mos Espa,
I
yeah.
think they're gonna stay very close to Mos Espa for the first 3 episodes at least.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see him leaving planet for a bit because he's trying to start up his business, isn't he? It's a new starter, and you got to put a lot of time when you start a new business. You know.
Well, the
I
thing
think it's
is,
going to
though,
be
is-
very like tunnel vision, man. You see, like Mando kind of expanded everything. You have
Yeah.
Grogu and stuff. You can start talking about Jedis and stuff. And I think this is going to be a lot like Falcon and Winter Soldier. If you've not seen that, it's very only about them through the
I
whole
hope
show.
it's better than
I
that.
think it'll
but
be
sure.
like that as well. I think it will focus purely on Boba, give us a few extra things,
Yeah.
but it won't be like this big expansion
I agree.
thing.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll get some bounty hunters that he used to work with back in the day back.
Bring back
After-
Bosk.
he used to work
Bosk,
with
yeah.
Fire.
we
There's
want
definitely be like an old Tony Hunter in there. It's going to be Dengar Bosk or IG or someone.
right.
Yeah, no, we need Bosk. Like, I think if we're gonna bring back some bounty hunters, like Bosk is a friggin' must. Like, come on.
Well, they did have a Trandoshan in the first episode anyway.
Yeah.
So if they're gonna do it, just do it. Give me Bosk. But then where does that go? What does he do? Now he's a crime lord. Now, in the expanded universe, like the Hutt clan, they run a lot of things. So you can expand that to anything. You could expand that to fighting with Black Sun, Crimson Dawn. You could go ultimately you could go anywhere with it, but I think the way it starts is going to be very, like Sam said, very narrow view to start with to build it up.
Yeah.
Well, what if it goes along the lines of, like we were saying earlier on, he wants to rule with respect. He's being too nice. He isn't getting the respect because, you know, these guys only respect one thing, and that's raw power and force.
Yeah.
So what if he has to then build up his crew, you know, and he gets people like Bosk, and that could be a potential as well, which that would kind of lead down the more kind of Goodfellas route, just a clean out kind of gangland war between, you know, Mayor and his kind of clan. What's going on?
See, and that would be a nice juxtaposition to what the Mandalorian does, where the Mandalorian's very like all of that, whereas this could be very Goodfellas, very, you know, and I'd love that. And I'd love a live action Cad Bane, but it's
that'd be so sick.
massive.
Yeah, man.
Definitely.
Do you think they've missed a trick though in terms of setting the tone early with this? Like, could they have been a little bit more aggressive with it? Could it have been a bit more Goodfellas-y, a bit more, you know,
I would have preferred
De Niro,
that.
Al Pacino?
I personally would have preferred that.
I think we're going to get there. Like we've seen in the trailers, the bits where they're all sat around the table talking and stuff, and he's, you know, I think there's going to be a lot more of that.
Mm-hmm.
This kind of just, I mean, really, not a lot happened, but at the same time, everything happened.
I'm thinking about you mentioned Crimson Dawn, and at this point in like the universe, Maul is the one who runs that.
Yeah,
and we are getting a Maul like show coming up later. I wonder if season 2 is going to lead into like there's going to be a Maul like thing at the end of this one, and then you're going to build up Maul in that show that he's coming, and then there's going to be like a thing. And
I'd like
isn't he dead at this point? No, Maul.
No,
he's running the point.
At the end of Jedi.
No, he is dead.
Yeah, he's dead, man.
Dead.
He's long dead.
He's in
He's
the bin, mate. He's in the bin.
A New Hope.
Wait, I'm super confused. Yeah, wait.
Yeah, too many time differences. It's
But then
just
what
he's
about-
there and then he's there?
Yeah,
but,
sorry.
no, he's dead.
Here's
Yeah, so
one.
it's after 6, so-
Here's one that's, you know, he's the new crime lord. What about Han Solo?
I mean, but has he got anything to do with Han Solo? Like, he obviously got paid. He got the bounty on Han Solo. He delivered him to Jabba the Hutt. So I don't see that he would have any problem with him.
Yeah, but what if obviously he's with the rebellion, but we know he was still doing his spice stuff
Spice running.
in between that. You know, like okay, we
Yeah,
can't
but
bring,
at this point,
we can't
in the
bring Harrison
timeline,
Ford
him
back.
and Leia are like bumping uglies and shit.
Yeah, at this point, I mean, I think at this point, Ben Solo is already born.
Yeah, so
I think
he ain't running.
Oh
no
yeah, because
spice.
we're 6 years. Yeah, no, you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's.
I don't know how much they'll tie the Skywalkers into this show. I think I
hope they
personally
don't.
want to keep them out.
Oh
Yeah,
okay.
As much as I love them, I don't want them. I want this to be Boba's show, and like it was amazing to have Luke at the end of Mando, but that was all I needed. Like I don't need him back.
Yeah.
As much as I'd love it, I don't need it. You know, I want this to focus on bounty hunters, which is kind of what we expected from Mando in the first place.
Yeah,
It's to be a show about bounty hunters, then it became a show about the Jedi.
it went completely fucking left field with that.
Whereas go the whole full on bounty hunter, Crimson Dawn, Black Sun. Just give me all of that. Give me it all.
I did read something online which is probably complete horseshit, but we already know where Snoke came from, and people are saying, "Oh, what about Snoke?" And like, well, we know where he came from, but
we do.
people are saying like, yeah, but they're trying to fill in blanks, and they're trying to fill in blanks with the sequel trilogy with some of these TV shows. It's like, well, but what purpose would he have in a show like Boba Fett?
Nah,
no purpose at
No,
all.
not in
What
this
blanks
show.
have they filled in
No.
for the sequels with the shows?
Sorry?
I mean, like Jim was saying, I think in this show, if they can at least tie in Crimson Dawn and all those other crime syndicates.
It's the
Like when I
underworld.
first
That's
saw
what
them,
we want.
when I first saw them in Force Awakens, I was mad confused. I'm like, who is the Crimson Dawn? Who are these people? Why are they after Han? But now this show being about bounties, if they can somehow like tie them in, making a deal, or they land on the planet on Tatooine one day because they're doing business, I'm like, okay, at least they're relevant again because of someone who had never heard of them prior to Force Awakens. I want a little bit of an explanation.
I mean, technically, Kira could make an appearance because she's the leader of Crimson Dawn.
Yeah.
I mean, she was. That's the last thing we knew.
Yeah,
But when
as
she's
far
really
as far as we know.
Yeah, but
Would
that's
she not
right.
be
We're
really
allowed
old?
old people in the shows.
Here's the interesting one, though, that Shannon says. You know, he thinks that all roads lead to a huge battle to retake Mandalore, connecting Mando, Ahsoka, and Boba. Can we see that?
I don't think Boba cares.
Not in season 1.
I don't see it.
I don't think Boba cares.
That's not his journey. Like,
No.
he's not a Mandalorian at the end of the day. His dad was like raised by one, but
His dad was a foundling. Django was a foundling.
just like Mando was. But I don't. That's not Boba's journey.
I don't think so either.
I think a lot of people are trying to kind of bring aspects from the Mandalorian into this.
I think
try and
that is a big problem, man. People are going to be comparing Mando to this, and again, Mando was expanding because that is the first show in it, and it's going to go crazy. Just like how One Division went crazy when that first come out. I think this will be very low key in terms of like the story sort of thing. I reckon like by the end, I actually really like the scene where they put the money in his hat. I could probably watch a whole season of just going around and collecting coins and going back and just like pouring it in a sack or something. I was loving it.
Not gonna lie, man. I came home and I looked in this one and I was like,
yeah, exactly.
Empty. It's like, damn. But I think bang on, right? I don't think you can compare the two series, Mando and Boba. Okay, one has to do with the other, but I think this is going to be something entirely different, and I don't think people should expect. I know Izzy earlier on in the comments said it doesn't feel like Mando. It doesn't feel like she can't quite put her fingers on it yet as to how it feels.
Yeah,
in terms of what kind of feeling the show gives you as a consumer, and I'm in the same boat. I was kind of like, how do I feel about this? It's because we don't know what to expect, and I think Kenobi will be the same. We don't really know what to expect, so it's kind of like an attack on your senses.
Well, that's it. It's this kind of thing between what we want, what we expect, and what we're actually going to get. Yeah, they're three very, very different things. Because what we all want from Kenobi is not going to happen. It's not.
We all know who's going to be in these shows because, like, it's so easy to look them on IMDb who's going to be in these shows actor-wise. So then it's just like, well, what are they going to be doing in these shows, right? I mean, that's the whole thing about Kenobi. Everyone's seeing all the cast right now. They're like, oh, this person's going to be this person. This person's going to be that person. And then we see the first episode. We're like, oh, shit, well, that was not that person.
And that's the thing as well. It's like, well, how I sincerely hope, and this is what I hoped for with the Bad Batch, but the thing with the Bad Batch is like we all fucking knew it was a scapegoat for like Clone Wars season 8. We all fucking knew that anyway, right? That was given, right? 110 fucking million%. That's what the Bad Batch was, you know. And Filoni and Favreau like, you know, we got away with this one because like we'll just call it the Bad Batch, but really and truly, let's be fucking honest here. This one, I think, is the first kind of complete standalone on its own story from an original character from the original series. You know, Mando isn't, obviously, Mando was brand new. We got introduced to him and his storyline, and we got introduced to Grogu, and Ahsoka was in there, and there are other characters in there that we know. But this is kind of like the really kind of first standalone, you know, story from, well, in a TV format. Obviously, we've had the Solo movie and whatnot, and I think it has to establish its own thing, you know, in terms of what it's going to be. It can't lean on Mando, you know, just because it was introduced through Mando, it can't lean on it. For it to be a success, it has to really ramp up now, and it can't be like the Bad Batch where it was like boom, and then 15 weeks of fucking nothing, you know, and then stranded on a fucking platform, and that's it. Spoiler alert. This has to go. This is 7 episodes. This has to go boom, 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 and leave us all fucking spangled. Like that's the only way it can go now. It has to be full on. It needs to be go, go, go. You know, there can't be any half, because we're only getting half hour. Like, for what we know, we're getting half an hour episodes. So if it's going to be half an hour episodes, it has to be go, go, go. It has to be all hands on fucking deck. It has to be battle stations and all killer, no filler.
I mean, well, yeah, because if they're only half-hour episodes, we've only got 6 episodes left. That's only 3 hours worth of TV.
You got to remember as well, if they're doing the half in the past, half in the future, then that's even less.
Yeah,
because that's what I'm worried about. That I'm thinking the overall story of him taking over isn't a big deal if they're going to show so much backstory stuff. If that makes sense.
Yeah,
that's why I think it will stop after like episode 3. I think it will only be in the future, and you might get little flashbacks, but they won't continuously show all the time with the Raiders and all that.
Yeah, I think those are his nightmares too.
Yeah. What if we're getting this the complete wrong way around, though? What if the real story and purpose of the series is his journey from the Sarlacc pit to where he is, rather than the present day?
But that's him
timeline?
Not in his costume, and I don't want that.
Well, that's the thing.
I don't want that.
But it's the book of Boba Fett. It's the book of Boba Fett, which implies we're going to see
chapters.
Yep. Different points throughout his life, different points throughout the past, however many ever years it's been since the start of Jedi, where he obviously got the fucking over the fucking deck, you know, and that was it. So, like, and that's kind of what that kind of leads me to believe that we're going to get a lot of jumping, like, fucking around. But what's the main purpose of the full series? Is it this present day, I'm the crime lord now plot point of view, or is that like a little side note? Is the real story from the Sarlacc pit to, you know?
That's all very dependent on whether it gets a second series as well.
Well, that's
because
the thing.
If they decide not to do a second series, then this 6 episodes is more.
They probably already signed up season 2, mate. They probably.
You'd imagine they would, right?
Yeah, definitely, man.
Well, that's like printing money.
Oh yeah, man. My only worry is like I'm thinking about how he was in Mando. He was a beast. He was slapping people that stick. He had knee rockets. The Slave One, all that stuff was like so sick. And then I just don't want him to get battered in his own season, sort of thing. Because that rocket thing was the worst thing in that episode for me. He's like standing 6 feet from someone, shoots the rocket, and I was like, oh no. And then again, take me to the healing bed, or whatever it was. I was like, I want to see him being a beast for the rest of the show in his thing. Like, I'm fine with him getting battered in the past with the Raiders, but I want to see like Menace Boba now, sort of thing.
I think he's going to be dealing with whatever that like sickness or weakness is for this show. I think the fact that it's going to be important throughout the whole thing.
How much time had passed between when he left Mando and Bo-Katan and everyone on Moff Gideon's ship?
Well, we got the after credit scene, innit? There was an after credit scene at the end of Mando season 2.
Did he just go straight in?
Well, there was something. I remember seeing the end of season 2, and I don't know if it was a clip or a poster or something, and it was just straight into like him sitting on the chair. So I'm assuming, let's just say, for argument's sake, a few days, and then he's there, sort of thing.
So he's gone straight in there. He's walked up in that place. You know, he's killed Bib Fortuna. And then just went, fuck it, I'm the crime lord now.
That's what I want to see, man. He just come in there, he got rid of him, and he's like, yeah, I'm taking over, that's it. I want him to be like that for the rest of the show. Be a little bit more,
a bit more brutal.
That's not respectable, though. That's fear.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah.
Well, it may end up seeing that he probably just leaves that ideology behind and just goes, I might have to roll with a little bit of fear to get...
Maybe that's the story. By the end, he's like, do you know what? Nah, I'm just gonna nuke everyone, mate. He just goes in the ship and he just shoots the whole town down. He's like,
well, I mean, is the Rancor still there? I mean, that's the important question, right?
No, because he said in the bit in it, he said, if that was Jabba, I'd feed you to that, whatever you just said. Yeah. And then he obviously it ain't there now, isn't it? It can't be there, or there can't be any more like there.
Luke killed it, didn't he? Luke fucking.
Oh yeah, of course he did.
I'd imagine there's something else more, but yeah.
Fucking hell, Jim, get with it, son.
Well, technically, Jabba had 2.
Oh, yeah, you could have had 2, yeah.
No, he did have 2 because in the Bad Batch they caught a second one.
Oh, fuck, that's right, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
see?
the baby one.
You
That's
remember
right.
it.
That was
You hate the Bad
That was
Batch,
the
but you
second.
remember it, man. You
Yes,
remember. You
I
remember
know
it.
because it all feeds
It's that
together.
bad.
You see, and I
What,
can't
what
help
was
but.
the what was that Rancor's name again?
The fuck
Okay.
I know. If
Was it
Jim
like-
can remember this, I'm gonna be very.
No, that'd be.
I
that'd
genuinely
be,
Was it
can't
like
play.
fluffy or something like that?
It was
something
something
fucking
shit.
nuts.
No, the name itself.
It was something
Something-
really shit. Like
It was something.
no, I
really,
can't
like,
remember. I'm
It
gonna
was
have to
like
look
a
it
fucking
up.
puppy dog name. It was like fucking Fluffy Poodle.
It
or
was
something.
something
Like that.
real rubbish.
Yeah, I can't remember it either.
Moochie.
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 Fucking hell,
man,
Tim.
that is so bad. That is so bad.
That's shit.
Tim got it as well. Moochie.
Moochie. When I think of Moochie, I'm thinking of like a fish or something in a tank swimming
You're
around.
cute.
Yeah.
Goldfish
I
or
think of
something.
Moochie. I think of somebody's like pet, like Chihuahua. Like
Your little Moochie.
Yeah.
God.
You know, I'm going to end up with a dog now, and it's going to be called fucking Moochie. That's what's going to happen. It's just going to be. Oh my god! As he's like, I think of Japanese food.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can
Right,
I have a
yeah.
Moochie, please?
Mochi, mochi,
two
same
Moochies
thing.
and a drink. Yeah.
Yeah, sounds like a drink or some sort of I don't know. How the fuck do we got the
Boba
Japanese
Fett's
food from
really
fucking Boba Fett? Right, sorry. So yeah, I'll tell you what. I'm gonna put a bet on right now.
Okay.
All right.
The bet is Mace Windu will turn up. Right? We've been saying this for fucking months. Mace Windu will turn up. I'm telling you right now.
I don't think he is.
I
I
think he
genuinely
will.
don't think he is.
And I think Bob will fucking hand him his ass.
No, he
I
wouldn't.
don't think he is. I don't. Think
If they ever bring back Sam Jackson, it'll be for the biggest thing.
Yeah.
I'm not saying Boba's not big, but it would be like the last episode after credits,
Yeah.
and he's like, "Sup, motherfucker," or what something, and then he has his own show,
I could
and
see
then
that.
that's it.
I could
Which I'd
see
be
that
down
as
for,
the
man. I'd
last.
be down for that.
Ooh.
Yeah,
I
I'd
could see
take
that.
it even in like normal clothes, no Jedi robe, just jeans and a vest. Samuel Jackson, and just say that one-handed. He ain't even got a robot hand. He's just got no arm, and then he's like, yeah, and then that's it. Credits
Yeah.
come up.
End of
Best ending
Kenobi
ever.
season 1. That's gonna be the post-credit scene.
It's a post credit scene. He turns up with John McClane from Die Hard. You know, with a fucking bomb or something. I don't know. But I'm telling you, I can see it. I honestly think it's gonna. I don't know why. I do know why, and the reason why is because for the last 8 months, Sam Jackson has been wearing Star Wars fucking T-shirts
That's true. I keep
religiously
seeing
and
Yeah.
posting fucking pictures of it on Instagram.
I would see him
Religiously.
turning up in Obi-Wan more than I can see him turning up in this.
I
Agreed.
think.
You have to think like, why would he be in Tatooine? There's like no real reason for him to be there at this time.
Yeah.
Because he's not going to be like, right, the guy who chopped my arm off, he's in the bin, mate. So I'm
You've
going to go
got
on
to think
holiday now. I'm going
also,
to go to the desert. It makes like no
With
sense.
the timing of this show, he's got to be dead. I know everybody's like, oh, he didn't die flying out the window. All right, fine. He didn't die flying out the window. He didn't, right? Fine.
No, he's alive. No, he's
But
alive,
this
man.
is so far past that he would have died
Yeah,
of old
yeah,
age by
it's-
now anyway. Like, look how old Obi-Wan Kenobi was. And this is 10 years after that.
Yeah.
Mm.
So I see him turning up in Kenobi as a Force Ghost.
Nah, man.
Interesting.
That'd be so dead. You can't waste Jackson like that. No.
Yeah, I think
If you're gonna bring him back, like
You got to bring him back proper in statue.
he's
Proper,
not
man.
coming back.
And that's the only thing that throws me off the potential of having him maybe in Boba, even though it'd be so poetic
Oh, yeah,
because
man.
of the whole Django connection, you know.
Yeah, it would be poetic, but also he can't show up as a Force ghost.
Oh, exactly. He can't.
Like that's something you have to like learn.
Mm.
And Yoda only put like Qui-Gon put that onto Yoda, and Yoda
Yeah.
put that
Yeah.
onto
So he can't.
no, sorry, onto Obi-Wan. Sorry, Qui-Gon put it onto Obi-Wan. Yoda
Yeah.
put it onto Luke.
When did Anakin learn?
I was going to ask.
He's just
Doesn't-
part of the
doesn't
need to
mate.
learn,
That's the thing.
The
Fucking
chosen
plot
one
hole.
doesn't need to learn.
Also, Anakin was really good because he not only did he learn to be a Force ghost, but he learned how to like de-age himself too.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
man.
That's brilliant,
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
He aged himself and change actors too.
right?
Yeah.
Amazing.
but that's because he's the chosen one. Like, he can do what he wants. You know. That's it. I mean, as he's like, I'm telling you, he's alive. I don't know how, why, or where, but he's out there calling it.
He's not.
Nah, he's like, I'm gonna leave Coruscant, hop on a flight, land myself in Tatooine, and just get a tan.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
and he has no reason to go after Boba Fett. None.
That would be funny.
Boba
man.
has
Imagine he
every
goes on
reason
holiday.
to go after him, but not the other way around. I bet you he doesn't even remember what happened. He's like, I killed a lot of people. You don't seem to understand. I'm a Jedi. It's basically what we did.
He even had a moment like that in Clone Wars when Boba like blows up his room.
Yep.
When Boba blows up his room, oh my god! And he's just like, "Oh, I forgot. Yeah, there was this kid. I think I killed his dad.
Yeah.
Mhm.
He
This
doesn't
could
care.
be him."
If he has a like, yeah, no, I don't like.
I don't know,
I agree. It would be really cool, like the whole poetic thing of them meeting again or whatever. But I agree. I can't see any logical reason for him to be there.
Not
I
that
mean,
he's going down the respect thing as well. Like, imagine
Yeah.
he's just at the end of it's the last episode. He goes into the bar and Sam Jackson's there, properly old. He's like 120 years old, whatever. He's got one arm and he's drinking like shandy. And then Boba comes over, like puts his arm on him, and he's like, "Do you know what? I forgive you." And then the credits just like come up. That's perfect. Perfect.
Yeah, it's never going to happen though. Let's be
No.
honest. Like, but here's the thing though. It's like, you know, this whole mayor character. It's like, well, you're right in terms of why would Windu go after, but he wouldn't. There's no direct link there. But it could be a coinkydink. It could be like, oh, hello,
But
fancy
he's
meeting you here.
dead. Like,
Well.
at what point are they gonna actually get rid of all of the Jedi? Because the whole point was Luke was supposed to be like the Jedi,
The
Yeah.
last
and all of us. There's so many of them rocking around.
I do agree with Zach.
Ezra's
Here, though.
about.
You
Ahsoka's about.
I do agree with Zach here though. Like it's going to lose its magic if they keep on bringing people back from the fucking grave, or they keep on bringing people back.
I
from the
know.
dead.
We all
It's
thought
true.
Darth Maul was dead.
Like, as much as we want
Came
it,
back
it's
to the
true,
freaking
you know?
spider.
You know, like it's that's the thing. As much as we want to, like we want to see it, it's true. Over time, it will lose its magic, and it will lose that buzz. We're never going to have the same buzz ever again that we had at the end of
No.
Mando season 2.
Nah, no way,
No,
man.
no,
Ever.
no. They
Like,
can't-
Maybe on
can't top
Kenobi, maybe on Kenobi, there'll be something in there that is like on a level of like, okay, we've always wanted to see this. It'll be amazing, but it won't be that. Because I actually did not know what was happening. I don't know about you lot, but they were trapped in that room. The robots are banging the door. So I don't actually know how this is happening right now. And then, yeah, that was an ending. That was a
You know,
that was
it was
You don't-
it was
you don't
unreal.
get much better than that ending.
Nah,
that
no
ending
way,
was
man.
everything.
No.
That ending was everything Star Wars ever could be.
Yeah,
I felt like
But-
a kid again for that.
Yeah,
yeah.
100%.
It completely epitomized what Star Wars is, you know, and you just look at the reaction of, like, you know, look at Theory's reaction. He fucking cried. I cried.
Hey, Magnum,
saw-
I see
yeah.
Magnum's reaction, man. You were gone as well, mate.
I knew you were gone.
You
You were
started
gone
getting
too,
me, mate. I was watching. I was like, oh,
you know.
yeah, it's good. That episode was, that was like God tier episode, man.
I was
It
in
was like-
pieces.
It was
Absolute
just
pieces.
everything. It was everything.
I mean, Luke's always been my favorite character in the whole thing. So for him to come back, I was just like, this. It's everything.
Do you think he
Now-
looked good? Because I see people complaining like his face doesn't look right. I thought
I
it was
would,
fine,
I
man.
would say he looked all right. I mean, could they
Yeah.
have done better? I think, yeah, possibly. But I really enjoyed it. Like, that's a difficult
accepted
thing
that
to
it
pull
was
off.
For a TV show, for like, let's say it's 2 minutes, arguably,
Yeah,
of a
yeah.
face shot. I mean, I think it looked crisp, man. I mean, there
Yeah.
wasn't anything in this first episode of Boba where I was like, that looks a bit hokey. I thought everything looked kind of fresh, like how
Yeah.
Mando did. They
Agreed.
got some crazy budget, man. Disney are just playing no
I mean,
games.
they own the world.
Yeah, man.
So just going back to Mace, right? So this is the only way I see Mace still being alive. Okay.
I could see this happening
the-
a lot. Just go back
in
to
the
me.
in the Kenobi show, right? And Mace is no longer a Jedi. You do the bit that you said, Sems, but instead of it being Boba and Mace, it's Obi-Wan and Mace.
Yeah,
And
could be
Obi
something
seeks him out and he finds him in a bar, no arm, messed up face, no robes, no lightsaber, just an old broken man who used to be a Jedi. He seeks him out for whatever reason. Now that would be bad.
I'm saying if they bring back Mace, that is like
that's the only way you do it.
That's on the same level as like how they're bringing back McGregor to do Kenobi. I think that and Anakin obviously. I think that's on that same level. But I think you need something huge to ever bring back Mace because that's a thing of that is on a high level.
It's the reason. It's the reason that he comes back. You got to give him a reason, and I don't know if he has.
Oh
one.
Man, when there's money involved, you don't need a reason. You
no,
can literally, you can, like,
I mean,
just
in a
like
story.
That.
I mean, in a storyline.
Yeah, because Mace was never like we don't. The only character trait he has is his like loyalty to the Jedi.
He's a dick. I mean,
he's a dick.
In Clone Wars, he's a proper dick.
Yeah.
I'm just like I'm curious. Like, what would he even do after it? Like, if he survived it, it's just like, why isn't he on the front lines with the rebels, with everything, like fighting against this? Because
unless he blames himself for the downfall of Anakin, because ultimately
that's the only
his
thing.
fault.
Yeah,
that is the only thing I think you can salvage a story from what Jim just said. I don't think because logically let's say he fell and this chat's got well overboard, man. Let's say he like landed and he survived. He might be like, do you know what? Yeah, nah, mate. We're in Star Wars. I'm gonna get a robot arm tomorrow. Get a new lightsaber tomorrow, and I'm going back to slap Anakin. But I think the only reason, that's it. That is it.
Like,
I think he's the most difficult character to bring back.
I'm crawling away.
Oh yeah,
it's too much right now. Like he would have gone straight back in.
Oh yeah, straight back. Yeah, even one arm, no gun, just go back. No gun.
Yeah.
Go straight like Boba Fett. Get some stick and just go straight back to action.
So this is why I'm waiting like so eagerly for Vader episode 2 from Theory, because it's like because we're getting that, and so many people want that, and we're getting that whole Mace versus Vader thing, fucking ding ding round 2.
Disney will probably see that because it will do some insanity views, and they're probably looking at it, go, okay, cool, yeah, man, Mace, yeah. All right, cool, and they just make a story.
Yeah,
that's it.
Exactly. But this is the thing. Like, you're getting a lot of fan service just now with a lot of things, as you can see. Like with again, Bad Batch, first episode, awesome. The rest of it, dog shit.
But they brought back Luke, Boba, and Ahsoka in live action, so that is like really pushing it a little bit. So they need to like just relax with it. That's why I don't think there's going to be any big cameo in Boba. I think it's going to be very straightforward. There might be something, maybe episode 6, but there won't be no like Ahsoka episode or anything like that.
Well, Dave Filoni said that. What was it he said? There'll be one thing about this series that will fucking blow everyone away.
If it's not Salacious Crumb, I'm not interested.
If it's what?
If it's not Salacious Crumb, I'm not interested. If it's not that sound, I don't care.
Oh God, man, bro! And this is the thing. It's like, well, what's it gonna be? Like, it could be fucking anything. It's gonna be the last thing that we expect. It'll be the thing furthest from your mind. We're all sitting here having a laugh about Mace Windu. We're sitting having a laugh about fucking everything. It'll be the thing that's least from your mind.
Just be Qui-Gon, mate. You just turn up.
Oh, dude,
like, yo, what's up?
Lando.
Yo, that's a fucking shout.
Could be Lando.
That is a fucking shout, by the way.
That actually.
Bring back Donald Glover.
I actually laughed then, and I thought about it, and I was like, actually, you know what? Yeah.
Because if he's running, they'd be running in the same circles still.
Yeah.
Wait, Lando has a confirmed show at some point.
Yeah,
but it's young Lando, not old Lando.
Gotcha.
Bring back Billy D.
Did anyone like I automatically know everyone didn't like it. Did you like the Solo movie?
I did.
I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it.
It's just me, man.
I will say, out of all the Star Wars movies that's ever been put out, Solo is my last one.
Yeah, can everyone agree on that? That is the worst Like Star
For me,
Wars.
out of Solo, out of like sole like story movies, I would have chosen Rogue One over Solo. Like I would go straight to Rogue One that I would to Solo.
Rogue One.
I had much more excitement towards Rogue One versus when I saw the trailer for Solo.
Yeah.
I've got on
And when I
record
watched
saying this.
it kind of gave me exactly what I thought in the trailer. Like the only time I got really excited was at the end when I saw Ray Park. That was it.
Yeah.
I've got on record saying this so many times. Jim, you've heard me say this. Natalia, you've heard me say this before. Rogue One is the best Star Wars movie made in the last 20 years, fucking period.
Amen.
Yeah.
Yes.
Amen. I adored that movie. It felt like Star Wars from the first fucking scene.
It's my all-time favorite Star Wars movie, personally.
Is that your favorite one? Both of you, that's your favorite one? Whoa. It is really good, man. It's really, really sick.
I usually when I'm giving like everyone my ranking, Rogue One will always be my first one, and then I'll go with maybe one of the movies from the original. Like I'll go Empire Strikes Back. Then with me, my third favorite is Phantom Menace. Don't hate me for that, but I have my reasons.
Oh no, Phantom Menace is a great film.
But like the sequels will probably go much less. I'll probably Attack of the Clones will probably be at the end. But Solo was not my favorite, and to me, I think it was because it was just very hard to pick up the story. Because when I saw Solo and he was on what was the thing? He was on Corellia. So when he was on Corellia, and then he had his little girlfriend, and then all of a sudden they got separated, and all of a sudden his girlfriend is like on no fan. I
hate that film, man. I'm sorry, yo. I'm just saying it on air. I hate Solo, right? I hate it so much. I hate right at the start, and my guy's going for the gate. He ain't even got a name, and some random guy gives him his name. For me, I was like, I'm done with this movie.
They did a lot of that though as well, didn't they? Here's your gun.
Yeah.
It's like, why not find a way to give him his jacket and his
trousers?
Well,
look, it's the dice.
Rogue One, the reason why it became such a favorite for everybody, it was because it was a Star Wars story that it was Star Wars, but it didn't have lightsabers. It didn't have. It was all about how the plans from the Death Star were going to get to the rebellion.
Yeah.
And
that annoyed me. The more I don't know which one of you, said that you like Darth Maul. I got so annoyed at that scene just because he's on like the hologram and he puts on his lightsaber.
But that was the only part I liked because I'm just like, it's Ray.
It's sick. It's Ray Park. Yeah, it was really sick. But he puts on the lightsaber for like no reason, just to remind everyone like who he is.
He's Darth Maul. Yeah.
Like, scratch him head. Like, what are you doing, man?
I think that was more for people that have only the last time they saw him, he'd been cut in half.
Probably, yeah.
You have to give it to the people that aren't like us that know everything. You know what I mean?
This is the thing, though. That was when did Solo come out? 4 years ago?
No, more, man. More than 4.
Yeah, no,
easily more than 4.
No, Rogue One. No, Rogue One came out 5 years ago. That came out 2016.
2015 was Force Awakens. 2016 was Rogue One. 2017 was Last Jedi. 2018.
Oh, okay. Wow. I thought it was way older than that.
Yeah.
Okay.
No.
Because I was just going to say, okay, it's 2018, fair enough. I was just going to say they haven't done anything with it. What's the point in bringing Maul back in that when they haven't done anything with him since?
Yeah.
I think it was because he was supposed to be something with that girl, and
I believe before it was like a failure. It was supposed to be like 2 or 3 movies.
Well, that's right, actually, yeah, because Solo 2 got cancelled.
It was supposed to be a trilogy, but it got cancelled.
Oh my god, there was going to do a Solo 2. I actually didn't know
2 and 3. So Maul and Kira were going to be the baddies of that.
Okay.
That was going to be
I wouldn't mind that. See, I kind of feel like, hey man, it's Star Wars. I'll watch it.
Yeah.
I watched the whole of the Bad Batch. Hated every minute of it. Watched every single thing. I'm going to watch the whole of season 2.
We're gonna get a video.
Star Wars is still better than everything else.
We're gonna get a Sam's Nerd video next week of like
Mate,
why there shouldn't be a Solo 2 and thank fuck why it's not happening.
Do you know, real talk here, every single week I get some sort of email or message or DM saying, when are you going to rank Star Wars? And this is the reason I can't rank Star Wars, because my list is like proper potato compared to like the normal person sort of thing. I think Solo is nearly as bad as Bad Batch, mate. I'm just saying it. If I had to choose, obviously I'd watch Solo. I think Bad Batch was depression. Omega, whatever. She was so annoying, unforgivably annoying, worse than Jar Jar Binks. I'm just saying. Sorry.
No, I agree with you there, mate.
At least I can think Jar Jar Binks is a Sith Lord in my mind and try and see things at different angles. But Omega, I'm like, nah, you are so annoying.
I can't disagree with that, to be fair.
No.
I can't.
And the crazy part is we kept trying to find something to redeem her every single week.
I think Charlie said, innit, right at the end, there should have been a scene at the end where she doesn't have to be powers or any Force stuff, but just do something proper sick.
Yeah.
And then that would have been like,
Oh,
okay,
she was actually special. Yeah.
Yeah, just anything, innit? Because you can't do like the first female clone and not have something special. It was just the biggest like letdown.
It was just
Well, I think when we had our chats, it was constantly like, oh, she's going to be Force sensitive.
The entire time, everyone thought she was going to be Force sensitive.
Yeah. They kind of done a
literally nothing.
But
an annoying
She
kid.
has the power of kindness.
Oh, mate.
Friendship.
No.
You know, all she needed was a talk with Crosshair, and he was like, "Yeah, I'm not gonna kill you." Because we're friends.
That was that.
I stopped reviewing Bad Batch, mate, after episode 4. I stopped making videos. I got people messaging me, where's my weekly video? And I'm like, I cannot watch this. And it's like, it's for kids. Star Wars is for kids, mate. I just saw Boba Fett get dragged through the sand, mate. So don't tell me about kids, yeah? No.
No, that was the episode that Jim liked. It was the episode when Crosshair and the Empire showed up again.
Yeah, because I was like, "Oh, finally, we're getting the story that I want to know." The transition, the transition between the clothes and the Empire, and I'm like, "This is everything." And they're like, "Oh no, we're going to go and find fucking Rancor."
Moochie, mate, that Moochie storyline. Don't undermine Moochie storyline.
Right? Justice for Moochie, Rick.
But that was it though, wasn't it? It was like every fucking week Jim was like moaning about, okay, what's gonna happen with the Empire? And we finally get it like 3 episodes from the end of the whole series. And it was
and that was it. They didn't do anything. Don't get me started.
Where's it gonna go for the second season though?
Hopefully cancelled, mate.
Well, Kamino's destroyed. So they can't go back to Kamino.
Vintage Ewok movie.
They have the ability to do anything, man. They have literally endless money. You can tell me, like, I can have a Kylo Ren show with him and the Knights of Ren just slap people for 6 episodes, but I have to have But I have to watch Omega.
I think everyone and their mother.
Nah,
yes.
I can't.
I think I'll cry if that happens.
No, seriously. If I ever see Kylo Ren's show, I'll be dead. Dead on camera. Dead. That's it.
I'm 100% okay with bringing back Kylo and the Knights of Ren.
Mm-hmm.
I'm fine with that. I think actually that's a story that should be explained in Knights of Ren, because
I mean, it is in the comics.
They didn't do much explanation at all, did they? Really, in the films?
Not in the films, not at all. In the comics, it's badass. Like, he meets up with them, and he meets the leader, he meets Ren, and there's a whole thing with him and Luke, and it's awesome, and they just throw it out.
16 episodes of Bad Batch? Nah, mate, no way. None of
you
you
didn't know that it was 16 episodes?
You could watch 16 episodes of that again. There's no way.
Listen, I think they should have done what any other animated series would have done when releasing something. You first release 12. If people like the first 12, then you continue on.
No, what you do is you release a few episodes in another series and see if anybody actually likes it. Oh no, wait, they did. No one liked it, and they went ahead. Like season 7 of Clone Wars, right? I love
it.
it. I love it. But I'll be honest, season 7 of Clone Wars,
No one remembers
the
that trope.
first part of it is rubbish because it's all the Bad Batch. Then it's those girls, and I don't like them. The last 4 episodes are everything for season 7. That Siege of Mandalore arc is everything. Other than that, see?
Oh, that even the dog is raging.
Yeah,
The dog's, oh my god!
I hate the Bad Batch just as much as Jim does.
Good.
But that's the thing, though. Like, it was like, oh, who wants a second season? And then, like, 30 seconds later, surprise! And you're like, fuck off. Like, where could you possibly take this? Let's be honest. Like, where can we possibly? It's dead meat. It's dead fucking. It's dead wood in the water. Just leave it be, and that's it. You know?
Are they actually making it?
Yeah.
They are
confirmed.
actually making it.
Yeah.
Mate, that is not good. That is very bad.
You know?
Bro,
it's really
Django thing, man. I'd take a Django series, 6 episodes, animated. Doesn't matter. I'd take that any day.
I tell you what,
so many things they could do. Like you could. I mean, you could even now. I'm the black sheep because I actually quite enjoy the sequel films, but you could fix them by doing shows. You could do a Finn show and absolutely redeem everything.
Oh, we're getting the love from
Hey, man, the sequels are sick. I said this bare times, Just give it 10 years and all the kids grow up with the sequels.
My kids.
They'll love it because I'm going to just say now, I think the prequels are sick. I think Revenge of the Sith is like 10 out of 10 God tier. I remember I went to the cinema seeing that and there was a bunch of like adults and they were like raging in the movie theater. Yeah. They stood up, huffing, puffing, steaming, and then they left, mate. And now we've grown up.
I went to the theater when that's how I saw Star Wars. I was in 1999, Phantom Menace.
Yeah.
I was alone, 5-year-old with my father, and I just I liked it, and that was also before the remakes that George Lucas did on the prequels. Yeah, if everyone remembers, before the CGI, before the animated Yoda. I'm still with Puppet Yoda. Puppet Yoda has my heart. And then, of course, when he was brought back to Rise of Skywalker, I cried.
See, 1999, I was 21. Those were not my films. They're not my films to go into, you know. I look back on them now better than I did. Revenge of the Sith is awesome. Attack of the Clones is the worst thing I've ever seen, and I will never watch it again. And The Phantom Menace, the last 15 minutes are amazing.
I think Attack of the Clones.
I'm not going to lie, man.
Sorry, man.
I
think Attack of the Clones is sick.
Going
to like Coruscant.
That's just it, isn't it? But that's the beauty of it. It's just like those are your films, and that's amazing too. And I love that. And like I took my kids to see the sequels, and my youngest, his favorite character is Rey because they're his films. That's the beauty of Star Wars. Is
my daughter's the same, man.
Together.
My daughter sees BB-8, she's like that, just loving it.
Yeah, right.
I try and show like R2-D2, she's like, nah, man. What's this big head thing with 3 wheels? BB-8 is amazing.
That's the thing, though. If you remember the prequels, like the prequels aged so well.
Yeah.
You know, and it will be exactly the same with the sequels. They will settle down and they will age, and there'll be content made around it to make things certain things make sense, and people will forget about all this shit over time. That's what happens with everything.
But also, the prequels have been given a lot of support with the shows.
That's 100%.
That's good, man. Yeah.
I think that's the one thing I give credit to for Star Wars fans nowadays, because I remember how brutal the fans were when Hayden Christensen had just wrapped Revenge of the Sith, and they were so brutal to him to a point that he refused to do anything. He stopped acting. Same thing with Jake Lloyd. Same thing with so many other people in the prequels. And then now they're praising, and I literally said this to somebody. I'm like, if the fandom ever comes back to hurt any Star Wars actor, it's not going to be the same anymore, because they're going to realize what being like. For example, what happened to I feel bad for forgetting her name. The actress who played Rose Tico.
Yeah.
Like, she was pulled off of social media, and now she's back. But it's just like nowadays fans are like, well, we never should have done that. It wasn't Hayden's fault. It was the writer's fault. And people bullied on Hayden. People bullied on the actor who played Jar Jar, which they never should have, because it was never the actor's fault.
Nope.
Um,
Not at all.
and now everyone's bringing like everyone. The amount of people that like Star Wars fans that I've known that gone to cons and paid hella money to go see Hayden. And I'm like, this is the love that he deserved back when we were growing up. But I'm happy it's happening now.
Someone just put on chat. I didn't see who that was.
Playing characters is the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
Oh man. Someone just put on the chat team saying like, yeah, Andrew Garfield Spider-Man gets hate back in the day, and then now everyone's like, yeah, that comment there. Everyone's like begging to let him get another Spider-Man movie. That's the same thing with like now, and now everyone's like getting gassed for Kenobi, and everyone's like loving the fact that he's there. Do you think we're going to see his face, or do you think it will just be Darth Vader masked up, or do you think there'll be like a scene where he takes his mask off, sort of thing?
I think we'll see it.
Because otherwise, it could just be anyone, isn't it?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, that's just it, isn't it? I think the fight between them will be a flashback.
You reckon?
Yeah, I don't see. Yeah, I have a whole thing. There's a whole thing in my head where I'm like, I don't want them to have a fight, a proper fight. I want it to be a Force vision. I want it to be something. I don't want it to be reality, because I want their last interaction to be when he cut into pieces and set him on fire, and then their next interaction to be when they're old and broken.
Yeah, I'm with you there.
That's
I think it's going to be
perfect.
some sort of vision.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
Don't ruin that by adding something, but do a Force vision, do something like that. Absolutely. Because in theory, Vader shouldn't be hunting for Kenobi.
I reckon they're fighting, and I'm just saying it now. You can call me like a twit. They're going to fight, and Vader's going to lose again, mate.
It's already been confirmed that they're fighting again. It's been confirmed.
There'll be a fight.
Yeah,
Vader will
and
lose.
I'm fine with that as long as it's not real. Do you know what I mean?
That's some sort of
It's not real.
It's not real.
It's not. Please don't take those 2 moments away. They're everything.
Vader
You
would
know,
still
that's
be
why
hunting
Revenge
him
of the
if he
Sith is
knew,
still a
like,
great film.
If he would have ran into him like 2 years later, I feel like he would have like still been beaten up.
We lost our leader.
Yeah.
Where's the Supreme Leader gone, man? Oh dear.
Well, look, we were without a rudder there, and no one knew what was going on. No one knew what to do.
No, we all know what it was. It was the mouse with too many buttons. That's what it was.
Right.
Apologies. Please continue.
I can't remember what we were saying. You threw us.
Sam disappears and everyone's fucking memory goes blank. Like,
I think there's the fight will be. What I would like to see is a fight between Kenobi and Anakin again from Episode 3, but intertwining with Vader and Anakin, and that, like, redo that. Just redo that. I mean, from a fighting standpoint, it's a terrible fight, but from a scene, it's incredible. Like, do it with Vader in the suit. Do it with Vader in the suit.
yeah.
He's getting slapped, man. Vader's getting slapped.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
Because he says in Episode 4, and last time I saw you, I was the apprentice.
The learner,
now,
but
blah,
now
blah,
I'm
blah,
the
yeah.
master.
So you can't like undermine that.
No,
So
you
the only
can't.
way you can't
Please-
is if they
please
do
don't.
fight.
It
If they
will
must
genuinely break
fight,
my heart
he
and I
has
will
to
cry.
lose again. Or they might like come close to fighting. Maybe something. The bridge will break or something, and then they'll split up again. That's like hella cheesy. That's the only other way I could think that it might work.
But
But
then-
if they do fight, I think Vader will lose, or
But
it
if
will
they
be a
meet,
draw or something.
I don't understand how it worked, because if they met properly again,
Yeah.
wouldn't Vader just carry on hunting
Yeah.
him for
Yeah.
the
Just
rest of the
like
time?
Do us a favor. You see this guy? Follow him now. And then the credits will come up, and then that'll be it.
But I don't think if they meet again, because someone just made a comment of it, I don't think they're going to meet again on Tatooine, because then if he comes to Tatooine, he's going to send Luke.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And he's
Okay.
never going back to that planet. He hates the sand.
It'll be something to do with. I don't actually know the actor's name, which is terrible of me, but let's just go with Han from Fast and the Furious. It'll be something to do with his character being an Inquisitor, being on Tatooine, and then that will force Obi-Wan to leave Tatooine to draw him away, and it will the meeting will take place elsewhere. It will take place on another planet,
Maybe on a ship or something, isn't it?
Yeah. And as to what happens, we don't know. But I do agree with Jim. I think if it happens, it will ruin the whole fucking narrative
Yeah.
from that one line in A New Hope. That one line that we have
Yeah,
known
it's dangerous,
for
mate.
so long.
It's a tough sell.
Yeah, very hard.
But also, I want Hayden to get another go with Anakin. He deserves it.
Yeah.
He
Well,
100% deserves it.
He's been confirmed for Ahsoka, hasn't he?
He
Yeah.
has.
Right? He's in Ahsoka as well. Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
as Anakin. Yeah, of course. Yeah. Okay.
But is that
He'll
is
be-
that
he'll be a
obviously
That'd be
Ghost.
sick. That's
He'll be a
so
Force
cool.
Ghost, 100%.
Clone
That's going to
Wars
annoy me
era,
so much, man.
you know?
Seeing like Ahsoka with Anakin, but I didn't get Ben with Anakin. That's like, not going to lie, kind of soul destroying.
Yeah.
I mean, because we kind of got like for example, I felt redeemed with Anakin and Ahsoka in Rebels when they have their big fight
that
there.
was so good.
So good.
Like that was my redemption. I'm like, okay, but I don't know if it's gonna happen.
I'm totally involved in time travel.
Well, that's just the thing. They need to be really fucking careful with that.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
that
Never
could...
talk about it again.
I think they just leave that. Just don't touch
Yeah.
it.
Just no.
Just,
Yeah.
it worked for that one brief moment in time. Don't ever do it again. Thanks.
It didn't even work then. Like it's still like, no. Like I love Ahsoka, and I love Ahsoka to death. She's my favorite character. I could grow up with her, and I fucking love her. If she would have died there, I feel like that's such a perfect end. And I was so sad and happy when
Yeah.
Vader killed her because it's just so poetic. It's so poetic. It's so good.
Yeah.
But I was like, no, time travel. That's how we fix that.
Yeah, I do agree with you.
Yeah. We'll leave that alone. It's happened. We've had it. We've got Ahsoka back. We've got a live action now. Let her go and do that and find Thrawn and Ezra, which we know that's going to happen. It's already been.
It's just Rebels season 5, isn't it? In live action.
Live action. Yeah. We've got.
I'm a happy boy.
Yeah,
That makes
yeah.
me really, really happy.
Well,
Rebels
it is,
my
isn't it?
favourite,
Because
so-
we've got Sabine Wren. She's been
Yep.
cast.
Yep.
She looks good as well.
She looks
Really cast.
amazing.
She looks the part. She really does.
Yeah.
You know.
And with Ahsoka looking for Thrawn live action, thanks very much.
Have they casted who he's going to be yet? Like, have they
It's
chosen?
the same. It's what's his face who does the voice. In the show.
Mickelson.
Yeah,
Oh, is it?
Mads' brother. Yeah.
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 Amazing.
He played Thingy Erso, didn't he? Galen,
yeah.
his brother. Yeah. And then we've got Thingy Masood, who played Aladdin in the new live action
Oh, as Ezra.
as Ezra.
No,
I
don't
mean, he looks
talk
good
about
too.
Aladdin, bro. Aladdin was so bad, mate. Oh my god, that was really bad.
Too much of a music.
Will Smith is the genie. Like,
That was bad, mate. All those films are bad. Mulan's bad. Lion King. I don't want to think about it.
I don't know, man. Like, I quite enjoyed The Lion King. Like, I cried.
No, not the old school one. I mean the.
yeah, the new one.
Oh,
yeah.
you cried at that one.
I
Yeah,
cried.
that's not-
I hated it. I was just like, I don't understand why I care about these lines.
Exactly. Like, why the fuck do I care about these fucking
Like-
cats?
Real lines.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
like, I don't care that much about my own cats. Why would I care about some random one?
Yeah, this is the thing that annoys me about Disney, though, is that they are doing a lot of recycling lately. You know, and
Oh, yeah, man.
well, we've got the technology now to remake this live action, so let's just live action, so let's just do it. You know, like the Lion King was still animated; it was just more impressive. You know?
Was it though? It lacked all of the heart.
Oh fuck yeah!
It had no soul, mate. It was like
None.
a shell. It's like I was watching a shell of the old movie with just nothing inside.
It also doesn't need a remake. Like, if you're gonna do a remake, take like a movie that was unsuccessful and try again. Or
Yeah, just
something.
take a rubbish film in it and just do that.
And
Try
this is,
again.
this is wherein the problem lies with Star Wars, though, is we can't have that type of thing coming into like
Nah,
Star
it won't
Wars
be.
needs to be fresh. It
Yeah,
needs
yeah.
to be emotional. It has to pull on the heartstrings, and especially now because Disney are fucking good at that. But like, it has to really tug on those heartstrings of the likes of Luke coming back in Mando and things like that. We can't have all this recycled bullshit. You know, we've got a lot of content coming. Like, we've got obviously this Book of Boba, we've got Kenobi, Ahsoka. I mean, Acolyte. Who the fuck else is excited for Acolyte?
Yeah,
I'm
that
really
was-
excited for Apple.
Yeah.
Like, I think that's going to be the best series that they do. Period. Because it's
I'm just
supposed
waiting
to
for
be
the
so
Knights of the Old
dark.
Republic, mate. KOTOR remake. I saw that Revan thing, that high-res Revan like video. I was like, oh my god.
The new
That is
Eclipse game, the
unbelievable.
High
Oh
Republic.
yeah, Eclipse
There's
as
so
well.
much.
Yeah, man.
There's so much
There's,
happening.
there's so much stuff coming. Revan's canon. Like, they've canonized him.
That's so good.
Wait.
Thank God for that.
What? When? What?
He's in the
Revan
game.
was
isn't it? So, like,
canonized. Actually, Revan was canonized in
Age of
Rise of
Rise of
Skywalker.
Skywalker.
Sorry, what?
Yeah, the ships,
Sorry,
the
fucking
ships
come
were
again?
named after previous Sith Lords, and one of the ships was the Revan.
Yeah.
Yeah, Fallen Order 2.
Oh, fuck
Man, that
Yeah, so we
game
need a
was
live
so
action
sick.
Cal Kestis as well. Thank you very much.
yeah. Oh,
Everyone thought he was going to come back in Bad Batch, was it?
I mean, they
Oh.
were on the planet.
has Kathleen Kennedy been ditched from Acolyte?
I think they're gently pushing her out the way of Star Wars, aren't they? They're just
Yeah,
like, no, we've got this.
Yeah, you just sit down and sign some papers.
Yeah.
And just
Not even no, because I can't even trust her with that.
Yeah.
I think to be honest, I need somebody that's going to be the head of Lucasfilms that has just the amount of passion for Star Wars, its likeness, its history, just like Dave Filoni. Not saying I want Dave Filoni to be the new head, because that would pull him away from production, and we don't want that happening. But we need somebody that has more care than Kathleen.
All right,
He
I'll
could
do it.
still do that. Lo, he could be the head and still fucking run everything. Like, he's fucking Filoni.
Maybe
He's someone
like,
I'm not sure Filoni's the right person to do it.
You know how like Marvel have Kevin Feige,
Sorry.
and Kevin Feige's like just the
God.
juggernaut, and like everything goes through him, so you know everything's going to be connected in a certain way. I don't know if I think we kind of got that with like Dave and John now for Star Wars.
Yeah. I mean,
In terms
notice
of the
that
shows,
like with
anyway.
Boba, like the first like producers are John and
Yeah.
Dave.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I still think that Filoni could do it both. Like, I mean, he could be the head of Lucasfilm, and he could still run every project and oversee every project, and he could, because like he is like, you know, he was Lucas's fucking apprentice, you know, and he would be like, right, okay, so what's going on here and what you're doing? Okay, right. Well, what about this? Because of X,
but
Y.
that's why I don't think
Because he
makes
knows all
a
the
good
lore.
head. I think Favreau makes a better head, and I think Filoni is like in charge of the story, because Filoni gets the story, but he did give us Bad Batch, and I'm sorry, I'm not going to forgive him for that.
So hung up on Bad Batch.
He's just raging, man.
Listen, oh, Charlie, if you were there during the live streams, if you were there for the amount of times that he just complained, like
You're making it sound like all I do is complain.
That anything animated Star Wars came out with, you have to be very critical with it, because Jim was critical with it every single time. I mean, that's why and that's why I enjoyed Jim on the live streams, because everyone was like, "Oh yeah, it's a great episode," and Jim's like, "That was absolute ass." I don't know what you guys are talking.
The thing is, it's my opinion. I'm not saying that everybody has to have my opinion. Like, you love whatever you love, and I think that's great. And if someone loves something that I don't, I'm actually quite jealous, because I'm like, what did you get out of it that I'm clearly missing? Because you know, I'm missing that, but I am very critical at the same time.
No, but it also helped, because it also is the same thing for me, because like I was watching, I'm like, oh, this is cool, but then like your opinions were just like, wait a minute, yeah, that probably was kind of bad. Like, I could have done a little bit better. They shouldn't have made this 16 episodes.
I would rather have like 16 episodes of Book of Boba.
Yeah, damn right.
Because then they could actually maybe, you know, stretch it out a little bit, and maybe, because I'm worried that it's going to maybe be too quick.
Yeah.
We're not going to get what we
Well,
want.
if it's too quick, then they might re-sign for season 2.
Yeah. Because that's the thing as well. Like, you don't want it to be too rushed. It's a limited series at the moment, 7 episodes. And we're, like I said, we're going to get this. I love how Story's just sitting there fucking thinking and spinning at the same time. Like he's just doing this thing. We're going to get this dual kind of parallel storyline between past and present, obviously. Like, that seems to be a thing. But with the time of the episode, is it going to be enough? Is it going to be too quick? And that's my only concern for the whole series. I still think it'll be awesome, but that's a concern for the whole series.
Yeah.
Seven episodes is quite short because normally you're looking at 10 to 12.
Yeah.
There's like a standard thing. But that's kind of gives me hope as well. The fact that there is so little amount of episodes, they're not going to waste time. Just go straight for it. Because 16 episodes, that is a lot, man, for Bad
Well,
Batch.
that's the other problem, isn't it? Because it's finding that balance between too short and too long. Because if you go too long, you have filler. If you go too short, you don't say enough. I think 10 episodes is probably between 8 and 10.
I think, do you know what? It depends on like the characters as well. Like, I finished Witcher maybe a few days ago. I finished Witcher season 2, and that's 10 episodes, but it follows like 4 big characters. So it feels very spacious. Whereas Boba Fett, I mean, you're only doing him in the past and the present. So they have to like manage their time. Like
maybe 10 episodes would be too much.
It might have been, yeah. That's what worries me about Kenobi, though, man. Like, I think Kenobi, that should be 10 episodes. Does anyone know like how long Kenobi's going to be?
6.
I think
It's actually going to be 6.
An hour. I think they're going to be an hour.
Oh, it'll be an hour.
Yeah, but an hour long each. So that's actually still 2.5 hours longer than Book of Boba Fett, technically.
Not unless the first one was just like 38 minutes and the second one's like 45 to 50.
I mean, they don't follow a rule.
No, because
they do whatever they want to do.
Fucking fluctuated like shit with Bad Batch. It was up and down every fucking week. Sorry, dude. It's like the only thing we can really compare it to at this point.
I love it.
But they did.
I fucking hate it, but I love it.
Yeah, they were up and down every week with that. So here, who knows? I think 8 to 10 episodes is the perfect kind of,
That's
timeline.
A good point. Loki was only 6 episodes.
That comment.
That's
6 episodes for Loki.
Point.
Loki was like the perfect balance of not wasting time and just go straight for it. But then again, Loki was expensive, like proper expensive. So like that balance comes. I don't think Boba's going to be as expensive as Mando based off like this first episode. Because if it's going to be on Tatooine, the whole thing, they don't have to worry about CGI of ships and doing all this stuff on different planets and all this stuff. So
there's a lot of Tatooine coming, though, isn't there?
Yeah, a lot of sand coming.
Obi-Wan and go to somewhere else.
The amount of production that's going into these shows is it's a lot. And then on top of that, like I think the cool thing about shows like Loki, well, on top of those, the only difference between Loki and other shows too is that Loki and them and WandaVision, they weren't filmed during the pandemic. These are all being filmed during this panoramic.
Yeah.
So they have to even CGI in a lot more people because when I'm telling you that these productions, they don't want extras on set. They don't want extras on set. Like,
that's a shame.
So like if you think about all those extras, like they probably are duplicating a lot of them.
Yeah, I don't know. That's what I was wondering when I watched Spider-Man. I'm not going to say spoilers, don't worry. There was a lot of scenes in Spider-Man where there was a lot of people. And right at the start, there's a lot of people.
Yeah.
It's in New York, obviously. And I was thinking that. I was like, I swear they filmed this in the pandemic.
They filmed, it depended on the state they were filming in. Like, you've
got different rules in different states. There's different rules. Oh, that is so long.
So, like, for example, if you were filming in California, it would be more stricter than you were filming in Georgia. And then if you're filming in New York, it's different than it is in Georgia.
Okay, yeah.
But also, depending on where you're filming in each state, depends on the rules as well.
Yeah.
Because if you're in one, like when I was in one part of New York, no one needed to wear masks. The minute you go into the city, everybody needs to wear
It's not
masks.
just state to state, it's county to county as well.
Yeah.
It's like that in the UK that just now, though, as well.
Yeah.
Because, like, look at England, you guys are fucking having a free-for-all, and we're partially locked down.
Yeah, but we're in the bin, mate. We are.
Yeah,
in
we've got.
You guys are so fucked.
We are so boomed right now, and we've got that donut.
I'm so confused. How could it have gone that bad? You guys have more lockdowns than the states ever had.
When you have like an actual, well, be careful how I word it.
Fucking
stupid,
buffoon.
yeah, in
I,
charge of
wait,
us.
hold on a minute. I had a buffoon for 4 years.
Yeah, but no, there's
true,
like
but ours is
proper
fucking
differences.
next level.
Like there is
He's fucking
differences.
clown shoes.
Yeah, no, he is like full on potato walking around.
And how did you guys vote for him? Who
I
voted
didn't
for his
fucking vote
man again?
And we've just got a woman who likes to do everything to piss this potato off.
Yeah. She's great.
Are you serious?
She's great. She is great. I have to admit, I'm not a nationalist at all. I want the UK to stay, as one. But I fucking love her because she's just like, you know what? Fuck you. We're doing this.
Yeah.
And you're
Someone
like,
just put a comment saying we have a buffoon.
No,
We do
it's, we
Oh,
still.
man.
Oh yeah, it's true. No,
I see some video of him sleeping, man. It was like some ceremony thing, and my guy's in a mask, and he is like just KO sleeping.
I would
Wow,
argue
man.
that a sleeping president is better than what they had before.
yeah.
Oh yeah. It's better to not say anything than say the shit that he was saying. So yeah.
He was
No,
pretty
it's
much asleep at the wheel for 4
very
years.
true. No, I think Darth Raven was mentioning a comment about Florida, and yeah, it's pretty bad. Oh my god, it's so bad. That's because their governor is absolute ass. Tim's for president.
No, you don't want me, mate. You don't want me. Because there will be rules like Bad Batch Season 2, mate. He's getting a job. That'd be on the first thing. Get in the bin. Do not think about writing that. No. Real quick, totally random. Stoney, I know I've actually watched your video, the spinning, the Obiani, many times. I'm still shit. Can you do that, but with like a cross guard?
Yeah,
Can you film it and do it with the cross guard?
I have. Yes.
Have you? I haven't actually seen
I
that
have,
video.
yeah. It's in one of my flow videos.
I'll have a check.
I have no idea where my crossguard is. It's somewhere in my bin of 50 lightsabers. I will see if I can find it and send you a
50.
video.
Whoa. Yeah, I need to see that, man. Because I tried spinning the saber chair, and yeah, it just doesn't happen.
Oh,
I mean,
can
if
we
you
just...
have a crossguard, the thing about a crossguard is if you're going to do the Obiani, make sure that like the out things are facing like this way. If you're holding it like this, they're like this. They should not be going.
Oh
towards
yeah,
it.
yeah. I had it. I had it. Yeah.
If it's
The
towards your
stupid way.
wrist, that stops it.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
if it's like
Okay.
holding if you're like exercising a demon with a cross, that's how you're supposed to be holding it.
Yep.
And then
Indeed.
that lets you do it if you manage to keep it in that space.
Mm-hmm.
The legend that is Stoney. Although I do have to admit, my favourite ever clip of Stoney.
I think I know.
The Nutcracker.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like, that was just so good. It was like, it was proper going for it, and all of a sudden it was whack. And I was like, oh, and like we all felt it as well. I was like, oh. You know, I was standing in line at Costa waiting for coffee and I'm watching that, and all of a sudden it was like just, oh damn, and everyone looked at me. I was like, so okay, so some guy hit himself in the nuts with a lightsaber. And I'm like, what the fuck is this guy watching on his phone? So yeah, I was a complete weirdo for 5 minutes. Right.
now everyone's Instagram's been doing great. Empress Amaris, you just hit 3K, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, she did.
Congratulations.
Awesome job.
Thank you.
3K on the talk.
See, I would do more to my Instagram, but now I have like producers following my Instagram, and I'm like, oh shit. I'm now debating. I'm debating on actually creating a whole new Instagram just for my Star Wars stuff.
Do it.
Because when I realized, like, I have like the writers and producers from my last film following me, I'm just like, I don't know if I should be like sharing all this Star Wars stuff on this
But at
one.
the same time, though, why not? Because it might get you hired.
Yeah, I need them to hire me to be their assistant. That's what I need them to do. But I also want an Instagram again where it's just Star Wars stuff again. So I feel like mine is just like a mix. It was Star Wars and Disney, and now it's just when I post something for her universe, which reminds me I need to do tomorrow.
There we go. So something coming for her universe real soon. That's all I see on Instagram right now is like just hundreds of people with her universe, like hundreds. You know, like Mariah and everyone like that. I'm like, holy shit, there's a lot.
Oh yeah, because we're all. I mean, we're all on her universe, and well, the thing is, they're they're 10 times better than me because they're like doing this consistently. Like what they're doing is what I would love to do, but the only difference is like we unfortunately are living in this society where you have to look a certain way body wise.
Fuck that shit.
Yeah. I know, but trust me, it's for a female, and I don't know if Charlie can even say it. It is very hard to gain a following unless you look a certain way. I mean, your content is so, number one, you're looking freaking amazing in almost every single post. But it's very hard, especially when I was in the Disney community. Like because I used to be in the theme parks all the time, posting content, posting pictures, posting day to day, like what to do, what things not to do in Disney, and that was a dog eat dog world, especially when it came to how you looked, how you dressed, what your body type was.
I remember some of the horror stories that you told us way back in the kind of middle of the year about the kind of the whole Disney thing, and like, it's quite shocking because like no one should be or should feel pressured to look a certain way for a certain reason, you know, like it's not right at all, you know. Like if you want to stay fit and healthy and go to the gym and that's your lifestyle, you do it. You know, if you want to be like me and be a fucking couch potato and sit and eat crap all the time, and do it. You know, if you want to be like fucking like Sims, you fucking bust the gym and then on a Sunday you have like 10 million calories. Fucking do it.
Oh mate, it's the way to do it. You need balance in life, innit?
Yeah,
that's it.
Yeah. So you're going to limit yourself. You're basically going to deficit 14,000 calories.
Yeah,
you're going to gain 14,000 calories.
Basically, yeah.
You know. And that's how to keep yourself the ideal body weight. It's just, you know, honestly, I've never gotten that part of society. To be honest, I've never kind of understood that. You know, I've always been a heavier guy, but I don't listen to people like when it comes to like, he's got tits. I don't care. You're jealous, like, you know. So, Natty, you just do you.
Actually, I might redo I might create a new Instagram, and I used to have an Instagram handle back in the day where I used to be called the Real Jedi Princess. I might bring that back.
Bring it back. Revive the Real Jedi Princess. Please do.
We'll see. I shall when I get back to Atlanta, and I have my shit with me again. And
don't forget to add us all, please.
Oh yes, I will.
Anyway, guys, we're going for over 2 hours. I'm going to wrap it up real quick. I'm working in the morning. I'm up at 5 a.m. And I greatly appreciate everyone taking the time out of their evenings and afternoons to come on and basically just talk crap with me. Before we go, though, I'll go around the room. Quick prediction. Will Book of Boba end up being better than Mando?
No.
I thought he was going to say Bad Batch then.
That's a fucking given. That is like
already is.
Yeah.
It's not going to be better than Mando.
No.
I don't think so. No.
It's going to be great, but it's not going to be better.
I'm going to be optimistic and say it is going to be better than Mando. I think it's going to make a lot of people from who are old trilogy fans and original trilogy fans very happy. So I think so.
Story?
No, I don't think it's going to be better than Mando. I think it's going to be very enjoyable. I think it's going to be really good, but I don't think it's going to beat Mando.
Charlie?
It's not going to beat Mando.
No.
It's got no Grogu. How can it?
No, there's no way. It's not going to hit the level of Mando, but it will be good.
I think the surprise factor as well we had with Mando was like mad. So I don't think we're going to be hit as hard with surprises with this. I just can't see it.
Yeah.
It's too much like Mando already for me. I know it's totally different, but it feels like Mando. Like I know I hate comparing, but I'm just going to do it anyway. When I watched WandaVision and then watched Falcon, I didn't think at any point of WandaVision. And then when I went to Loki, I didn't think of anything else. And that's how I want this to be. I want it to be totally different, but it's kind of already feeling a little bit.
It has
similar-ish.
This is the same kind of narrative, isn't it? You know, do you think that's the whole purpose behind the line of "I am not a bounty hunter"?
But that's also that's
know,
difficult
like-
when you've already had the two main characters already in the other show.
Oh, but show, yeah, I
like
think that's a
3
big
episodes.
thing, man. I think that is, yeah.
It's always going to feel.
But then that's going to carry for
connected.
Ahsoka as well, because Ahsoka's been in Mando as well. So you're going to have all these links back to Mando with these different
Ahsoka's
shows.
got the thing of she can go anywhere now.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
She
very
doesn't
true.
have to like be anywhere we've seen. She can just go and do her own thing and have her own story. It feels like I've got a feeling we're not even going to leave Tatooine, man. I'm just saying it. Like, I don't think we're going to leave. If we do leave, it might be like the last episode.
Didn't we
Yeah.
see Slave One though in one of the
You can
teasers?
travel around a planet on a spaceship. That's fine.
Well, that's very true.
There's no law to say that you have to be in space, Sam.
Well, it's a spaceship. I mean, it's like, you know, it's about like getting in your car and going nowhere. Although sometimes I do that for peace and quiet. So
We all.
that's hasn't Ahsoka series been confirmed? It has been, Michael. Yes, it has been. So and there's a lot we've discussed that earlier on, and there's a lot coming in that in 2023. So fuck yeah. Anyway, anyone have anything else? Any famous last words?
Fuck Bad Batch, man. And that's it.
I have to second that.
That's
You
it.
couldn't have
I
said it
will
better.
heard that.
That's it.
Yeah, I have to admit. Apart from the first episode, fuck that shit.
No, man. But, yeah, but Boba's looking sick, man. So, yeah, thanks for having us, Sam. Big
Good
love.
listen, guys.
Thanks, everyone, for showing up.
You're also welcome anytime. Thank you for anyone and everyone that joined us tonight. I'll be back next week. I don't know who else will be back, but I'll have a little lineup next week.
Yeah,
so whoever's down, let me know. And have a nice week, everyone. Take care.
Laters.
And may the force be with you all.
Still out.
See ya.